All right,
Yes,
Sage Wanderer here, coming at you live from Richmond, Virginia. I'm sucking wind because I'm not used to these hills. I've been in Texas too much. Anybody there? Am I getting out? Hello, hello. Somebody say something. So this begins my all-day live coverage. Hey, what's up, y'all? I don't have my glasses. Let me get my seeing glasses on. All right, Bernadette, Don, Darkest Gaming, Greg, good to see you. Hey, man, I am here with my buddy Vinny, one of our viewers. Hey, Vinny, say hi to the crowd.
greetings from Pennsylvania.
This guy helped me out a whole bunch today. He scouted out parking for me, gave me a GPS coordinate so I could drive right to a parking place. And it was a little bit of a hike, but I saved myself about 10 bucks over Uber.
Yeah.
Plus my car is close by. Plus I won't have to pay to leave. So actually I'm saving 30 bucks. He saved me 30 bucks and bought my dinner last night too. So thank you for that. Forgot to thank you.
No problem.
But he's coming all the way from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And so everybody say hi to Vinny. You've talked to him on the comment section. He's a regular on the channel. And
I have a small memory, but I post a lot.
All right, great. So I'm sucking wind right now, trying to catch my wind. And I'm glad I brought my cane, because with all the weight of everything I'm carrying and these boots, because I usually wear little lightweight ninja shoes, but this cold wind's gonna blow right through them. I'm wearing 50 pounds of clothes right now.
It's getting a little warmer, I think.
Well, you lead the way and I'll just follow you.
Right up here. Yep.
And now I don't have to navigate. I can just follow you. So first impressions is that there's just a whole lot of good folks down here, a whole lot of patriots. I'm following you. You go ahead. Yeah, I'm noticing a whole lot of patriots. I was concerned about open carry, because the VCDL is telling everybody, oh, carry concealed. We don't want to make a big show of it. But before I was still 3 miles from this downtown area when there were militia groups set up on corners with Marsden flags and AR-15 strapped on with slings slung in the front. And yeah, so there's enough guns down here. You could, anybody starts anything down here is just stupid. They're just beyond stupid.
Correct. There was one guy over here, he had a 50 cal with him from Buffalo, New York.
A Barrett?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why you need a Barrett down here.
Well, I heard him talking to a bunch of people. He said it's all about just letting people know that we have rights.
Right, exactly. So it's 29 degrees, something else I'm not used to. My index finger on my right hand is frozen solid.
Maybe you want to stand in the sunlight?
Yeah, let's get over in the sun.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all about standing in the sunlight. So here, take the deal, because gotta show off my sage wear, because no one's seen me decked out before.
So the camera's facing. Okay.
Yeah. So
all right, Sage Wanderer.
Obvious cane there.
With this tactical
here
cane.
I got my Glock 34, practical tactical 9mm, and my double mag pouch. I decided to go light because I'm heavy enough as it is.
You knew you're carrying.
Right.
Two pistols.
Oh, I forgot I have the, you're showing that too. This is what I've told people before that don't believe me. This is a pocket holster sewn into this pair of pants just to hold this pistol. So it's as secure as being in any other holster. Cool. And I can run and it won't fall out. And okay. I've tested this in the mountains of Oregon, and slide down on my rear end. And
so it's, you mean the material's good, you're saying? Or the security of the...
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And there is the odd chance someone could try to snatch it. The other one is locked in place. It's a retention holster. But I'm a piano player. I wouldn't suggest trying to touch me. I might break your finger before your hand gets there. Well, we are at, looks like ground zero here. I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of give you an idea of what we're seeing here, guys. This is not, we're not even, well, yeah, this is the front gates.
It's very crowded over there, so you get closer up that, whatever the street that is.
And let's see if you can see the Capitol building is right behind me. Can you see it? Selfie sticks. I'm going to extend my selfie stick. Extending the selfie stick.
There's a better view over there too. The Capitol.
I think you can see over there. But this is just a bunch of my kind of people. So at this point, no sign of Antifa. If they come out here, they better be smiling and behaving themselves. Because between the patriots and the police, they'll have their hands full if they start anything. So it looks like a peaceful rally. Looks like we got some family folks down here. Yeah, this is a better view of the Capitol. Here we go. There it is. So I'm right in front of the Capitol in Virginia. High impact is between 10th and 12th, huh? Well, you know where that is?
What is that?
10th and 12th is where high impact is. Are you familiar with his channel? He's the guy with the long hair. Yeah. I used to have long hair like that when I started my channel.
Let me look. 10th and 12th.
I cut it off when I was hiding from Antifa in Portland. I needed to be more invisible. I had to go gray man. So apparently they've got quite a few people that have disarmed and gone in there. I have no interest in disarming and going in there myself.
All right, so 10th and...
Your ex-wife and her husband are here.
So
well, I hope you aren't praying for bad things to happen to them, because I'm here too.
So 10th and 12th. So do you know if he's on bank? I'm assuming he's on bank. Let's go up here.
Okay.
Because 10th and 12th.
Between 10th and 12th, probably on this street.
Here's.
I was hearing that Scooch was going to be on 9th Street.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try to meet him. I already saw the InfoWars battle wagon when I was coming in. He's Alex Jones was the top of it, and he was bullhorning.
Was he down there?
He's just going around and around the block on where you can drive on.
Okay.
And yeah, he's yelling, Mao took the guns, Stalin took the guns, and he's right. I should at some point today try to figure out a way to re-upload my song that I wrote, when I pretty much go into detail in explaining to you how gun confiscation has always led to tyranny. And when I say tyranny, I don't mean taking away your rights. I mean, we're chaining you in the basement and beating you till you're within an inch of death, and then we're going to resurrect you so we can beat you some more kind of tyranny.
That's 9th we're going towards. So this might be 10th. Oh, it is. On the left is 10th.
Okay, so he's going to be right here somewhere. Pardon me.
Let's talk with him.
I do know that I'm wide enough as it is, and with all these clothes on and this gun strapped on, I'm about a foot wider than I usually am. Well, this is fun. This is fun. Hopefully this is just going to be a great big party today. I wish Mother Nature would have cooperated and made it a teensy bit more like Texas and less like Michigan, because it's cold out here. Well, we are blocked up. I'm going to wait and see if I can get through this crowd.
It's even heavier up there towards 9th. I tried to use the porta potty.
Well, hopefully I won't need that since whoa, excuse me.
All right, sorry, bud.
It's all right. Hey, you guys got to see my first hit. I got hit right in the mouth with my own phone. But that was my fault, I guess. I'm looking in the rearview mirror instead of looking forward here. Pardon me, excuse me. All right. So far, no one has recognized me yet. I find that interesting. But you know what? Everyone thinks I'm 5'5". Once again, when I met Vinny here last night, he was like, I don't know why I thought you were 5'5". And you were saying you're 6'1", and he said, I'm sitting across the table from you, and I still can't believe you're not 5'5". It's just the camera angle.
The camera, the way the camera films.
I'm the guy that can see over most folks at the concert. But my son's really tall. He's the tall one. I wonder if there's any way to get on through.
It's the only way to get over there.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. This is tough. Let's see if we can get maybe they'll let us go if it looks like we're leaving. We're going away from the center of attention here.
I walked to the World War II Memorial like 80.
I figure at some point I'm just going to bump into some YouTuber. I'm going to look at his face and go, hey, I know you.
10 blocks, and he did it to sit on the front row. God
Pardon
bless
me.
his soul.
You got the right idea. That's a heck of a coat there. She's made up like a Eskimo. Blazing Blazer would approve. Pardon me. I think I'm gonna find me a spot back over here out of the way for a minute. So, I suppose.
They blocked that. Earlier we could walk through there. They blocked.
Oh, they blocked that. You can't even get over to 9th, huh?
Well, you know, you have to go down
All the way down and back up the hill. Y'all skip that. Yeah, you said you could walk over
About
there.
an hour ago, I walked through that area.
Huh.
I thought I did, maybe not. Let's go.
Well, I'm gonna hang here for a minute. I'm gonna stop sucking wind. Let's talk to the folks for a minute.
Sorry.
That's all right. Come on through.
Gentlemen.
All right, welcome to everybody here this morning. I know it's early if you are on the West Coast. It is way early. We got, looks like 177 people showed up. I figure there'll be about 30, 40 more before long. So and I'm glad I did, because of the hills, the terrain, the extra weight I'm already carrying, I opted out of armor. So I did not carry the steel. And I figure there's enough folks here with steel on, I can hide behind one of them. Human body armor.
Hit the deck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people up there now. I'm going to say easily, my estimate already.
YouTube is banning live streaming from Virginia if you show guns. I don't know that I believe that, because you can't show anything up here without seeing a gun. There's guns every place. So I would stand in the sun. It's so cold here. It's 29 degrees still, right? No,
I'll check with my weather.
Yeah, I got the Vinny's the official weatherman here, not to be confused with the weatherman.
Oh, wait a second.
Hey, warm up?
Oh, wait a second. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the
where I
different town.
live.
Get the right city. Thank you, Amber, so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And once again, thank you to all of my viewers who funded my trip out here. I don't know that I've come the farthest, but I may be in the top 10. I have not met anybody yet that's come 1,300 miles and drove 22 hours to get here. So,
you know, I've had trouble with my
I think
GPS.
I'm here at 10th and 12th right now, Jordana. I'm close to between 10th and 12th here. I'm right in front of the Capitol. So I imagine I'll watch for the crowd and see if I can find high impact. He'll probably be the one messing with the cops. That's what he likes to do, is remind them that they're violating their oath by supporting the gun ban.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I've had trouble getting. Okay, it says it's a sweltering 26 degrees.
Did you hear that? It's a sweltering. Here, show them. Hold it up there. Yeah, it's a sweltering 26 degrees here.
I can see it.
Yeah, there you go. I think they can. Yeah, there it is. Well, it looks to me like he asked me to watch my 6, but it looks to me like I got about 50,000 patriots watching my 6. We're watching each other's 6.
He looks like somebody interesting.
He does look like a politician, doesn't he? Or a banker.
You want me to ask?
Nah, it's all right. We're going to be here all day. I got backup batteries. I don't know how long they're going to last. I got 2 fully charged backup batteries, which I'll probably plug in here in a minute and start using one to charge this battery, making sure it stays up. Sometimes live streaming uses it faster than you can put it back in. And I've been caught in that trap before in Portland, doing live streaming there. The size of the crowd is there's everyone. Here,
Because I've walked around and because it's wall-to-wall people over there on 9th Street.
Let me give you the bird's eye view here and see if you can see for yourself. What the crowd looks like. It goes all the way up to the Capitol there. I'm not sure what I'm
Estimated guess, I'd say at least 10 hours.
Yeah.
Because it goes up.
Vinny's been walking around more than me. He don't have a bum knee. So he's saying 10,000 if you heard him there.
I'm just a guess.
Well, this is why I thought that it's ridiculous that the governor would be afraid, because in this situation, the Capitol building is extremely defendable. Honestly, this is the most defendable Capitol building I've ever seen, and I've been to
on a hill?
Yeah, because it's up on the hill. Everything's downhill from there. It's the high ground. And they just cut Portland stream. Who's Portland? Is there something going on in Portland? What's up, Harley? Let us know again. Man, there we go. I look like a Jedi. Well, I do look like, I look a little bit like Yoda, I think. Everyone thinks I'm as small as Yoda.
5'5"
I'm
Yoda.
5'5" Yoda.
Excuse me.
I am 6'1". Where's Alex Jones? Well, I saw Alex Jones driving round and around on the roads you can drive on, as close as you can get to the Capitol, in the battle wagon, bullhorning, saying Mao took the guns, Stalin took the guns, and it was awesome. Alex is in the cage, is he now? They must have dropped him. He went unarmed into the cage, huh?
Oh, he's up there. Yeah, I saw him earlier on the stream. Yeah, I guess because the cage was behind him.
Well, when I saw him about 8:30, hey, how's it going? When I saw him about 8:30 this morning, he was bullhorning from the battle wagon because I recognize his voice. If you want my opinion of whether he's Bill Hicks or not, see my video, Why Would Bill Hicks Become Alex Jones? It's my first video I ever made. I had long hair.
So this is from earlier.
Yeah, that's from earlier. Yeah, he was in there earlier. They cut off Zombie Farmer.
He gets around.
Well, people wonder why I'm not targeted more, and I think it's because politically I'm kind of centrist compared to most folks that do what I do. Okay, so it looks like somebody important's talking over here to us, but they've climbed up on top of something here. Can you see them? I don't know, what am I looking at here? I'm a terrible cameraman. The flag's in the way. There we go. You can see the people standing up there. I can't hear what they're saying. No, I'm deaf. It's a woman's voice. I can't hear a woman's voice. They like what she's saying. That's all I know. She's pointing out how our entire Bill of Rights is based on the Second Amendment, that it's the stopgap that keeps us in. I don't think you guys can hear her.
She just said the government should never tell me how many guns I can own. I heard that.
Yeah.
God bless you!
So I'm thinking maybe she might be a congressman, maybe, potentially. I already made a comment that the man that was holding her hand there looked like a politician. Actually, it was Vinny that pointed that out for us.
Yeah, I'm assuming, or the husband of a politician.
Right. Which I guess that makes you a politician.
He's a senator. Okay.
Senator, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know who the...
I wonder, let's see if he's live streaming High Impact. They didn't figure out where he is.
Man, it's awesome. I got Vinny here that's helping me out, because I would just be wandering around like the wandering sage that I am, just kind of bumping around into barriers, and at least he gives me some. He's checking to see where a High Impact might be streaming from.
A lot of people using data because it's very slow for me.
Well, how's the stream? Is the stream good? Am I coming through? It looks like the stream is really good. Maybe that was a man to chase. I don't know. It is so cold and the wind is whipping. Look at these flags.
Oh, that's so good.
Those flags are floating in the wind.
Happy tears?
But right now I'm only cold on my ears and my fingertip.
It's chilly.
Yeah. Awesome. So it looks like my stream is working good. Just so that you know, I'm getting reports here in the comment section that some major YouTubers have been taken down, and but I'm still streaming. Okay, Brittany's saying they cut High Impact off.
Yeah.
YouTube's cut him off. So they're probably not going to cut me off because they like me at YouTube. I don't know why, but I say stuff that other people get taken down for. And I think it's the way I say it. I say it with a smile. I say it with a joke. I write it down in a song. And my rants are G-rated, so that could be part of it. Maybe PG-13. My mouth's going to freeze up here in a little bit. I may have to put my hood up. I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn into a hood. Hang on.
Sorry.
It's all right.
You want me to hold that?
Sorry about that.
No, that's good. I'm just going to pull it up over my hard hat.
Earlier I had good connection, and within the last 40 minutes my connection is really slow. I use Verizon, so I don't know what to do.
Well, I've got AT&T here, and it seems to be chunking right along. We're at 259 people watching right now this live stream. And thank everybody for the support once again. I've got a lot of money in live chats.
They don't show.
It's one thing I hate about being a little hard of hearing. You miss out on all the fun stuff sometimes. You're like, huh? What? What'd they say? I hate being deaf, but getting deaf was fun. A lot of gun shooting and loud music. Yeah, it could be, Lisa, that I'm left alone by YouTube because 30,000 subscribers is not a huge channel. Thanks, Homegrown. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Everybody has done so great in helping support me on this. And it looks like I won't be out of pocket at all for this trip. And I will probably make enough money to cover my time off from work since I make so little anyway. It don't take much to make it up when you work for minimum wage. But yeah, it's right now, I don't know. Is somebody speaking and we just can't hear them, or are we waiting for something to happen?
I think the main event begins at 11.
11? So there's nobody speaking now. I think the only amplified voice I've heard is Alex Jones's bullhorn. I heard that when I first came in. What's up, Ozark Billy? You know, I got roots in the Ozarks. My old man grew up in Wicks, Arkansas. It's where the old Marine's from originally. They wouldn't even let AM Joe start a live stream. Huh. Well, maybe my live stream will pick up some extra people in if there's a few people out there.
Hey, Sage.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
I've been watching your videos for a long time.
Awesome. Well, you're the first one to recognize me.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Hey, awesome. Welcome.
From upstate New York.
You guys drove a long way to get here too then, huh?
Oh, 7.5 hours. So.
Yeah, I was, well, you probably know, mine was 22 hours from Fort Worth.
It's a long ways.
Yeah, definitely. Say hi to the crowd.
Hi.
Hey, what y'all want to be known by? You want to say your names?
Joneses.
The Joneses. All right. Everybody's always trying to keep up with you guys. Always trying to keep up with the Joneses. So, when'd y'all get here?
About 2 a.m. this morning.
Okay. Yeah. So, is it what you expected?
Yeah. There's, I don't know if you've been up there, but that whole area and the next street over is, you can't even move through there. It's packed.
Wow.
There's a lot of open carry.
This is definitely the biggest event I've been involved in. For sure. I've been to Portland where I stood in the front of Antifa and called them all communists. The thing is, they don't deny it when you call them communists. They're like, okay, yeah, I'm a communist, so what? My family are peppered with communist killers. We've been killing communists since the 1950s. But I guess that don't mean anything to the new generation. I guess everybody can be okay with people being communists. But I find it interesting that, oh, this guy's got a double barrel. Look at that. Look at that. With hammers. I bet it's black powder. Can you guys see that? Yeah, definitely. One of my favorite guns was a 20 gauge double barrel coach gun. I love that thing. I killed so many doves with it. All right, New Jersey, what's up? We got people from all over the world viewing the stream. Woo! Everybody, hey, shout out. We got Pennsylvania, we got New York. Where y'all from?
Virginia.
Virginia? Yeah, everybody's from Virginia. Yeah.
Thanks so for coming.
Well, we got Canada and Minnesota.
Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, on the live stream.
Yeah, we got lots of folks on the live stream here. Valley Forge. It's cold as Valley Forge right now.
That's basically where I live.
Arkansas, Minnesota. Okay, so they let High Impact back on. His stream is live again. So I'd have to get confirmation that it's YouTube actually. There's the people are talking about this helicopter that's hovering overhead. I don't know if you guys can even see that up there or not. Probably can't even see it.
Have you heard about gang stalking?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about gang stalking.
Sorry.
I did a video on gang stalking and I had to delete it because I stepped on some wrong people's toes. And so that's one of those topics I don't talk about. I don't do flat earth either.
I just heard about it the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was like down the rabbit hole, like what the heck? But anyhow.
Well, I imagine that there's a percentage of it is paranoia, but there's also a percentage of people that
like 98% of it.
Well, I've been followed for decades.
Okay.
They set up
so
cameras in front of my house.
Yeah.
They follow me around for no reason.
Right.
You know, they pretend they're with the cable company, and they come in full battle gear. You know, basically without the guns. They're wearing tactical clothing. I'm sorry, a guy wearing $900 in tactical clothing does not work for Comcast. So.
This guy's from Norway.
What about Disney?
Norway. He got me beat. So this guy's from Norway here.
Where are you from?
I drove here from Texas. To Fort Worth, 22 hours.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
I shot my mouth off and went, hey, if you guys, because I'm a YouTuber, I'm like, hey, if you guys want me to go to this thing, just pay my way and I'll go. And I went to my P.O. box, and there was enough money to go in it on the first day, so to go on the cheap. But then the folks here have been helping me out since I've been here, so I could get a hotel room and, didn't have to sleep in my car and all that. That would have been a cold night last night in the car.
Yeah.
I do really like having my, I think my gear is testing out really good. You know, of course, this gear is not new. It's I've used this same equipment up and down the mountains in Oregon and in the Cascades, and so my gear's pretty tested and it's treating me well today. I will say I think I have every pair of long johns I own on at the moment. Like,
Sage, I should have brought my bag. I'm gonna go get it at the car.
Okay.
So you think you'll be here for?
Yeah, I'm gonna just hang out right here. I'm gonna hang out here until there's something to see. Man, we got bears in the air. Is that a drone? No, it's just a small airplane.
The helicopter.
It's Cessna. Probably news, yeah. That's what it looks like, a news channel to me. Channel 4. Somebody with better eyes than me says it's Channel 4. Oh, I do see the giant 4, and I'm half blind. So one of the trolls on my channel one time told me, we don't want to hear from somebody who looks like a blind fisherman. And I wrote back and went, look like a blind fisherman? I am a blind fisherman. Yeah, thank God for Vinny. Vinny has been a godsend. It was just nice. You're caricaturing me? It was nice just last night to have dinner with somebody, and you know, I'm a hermit. So I don't talk to folks unless I'm doing business with them. You know, I don't, except on live, you know, on my channel. I've talked to people from all over the world. Thanks, Amber, for checking me, hooking me up with the super chat. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Should I make somebody a mod? Let me look and see who's here. 'Cause I'm just, you know me, I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to stuff. I don't trust folks. So I got to find somebody whose name I recognize and I know is somebody I've dealt with before. So I'm going to keep watching here and see somebody that I really would be like, yeah, I'm going to trust this person. Thanks, Yeshu. I know we don't always agree, especially about sometimes religious stuff. Swoops, you're definitely not going to be the moderator, bro. I'm sorry. That was funny. Man, I haven't seen any Antifa today. There were remnants of Antifa last night. It's just nothing but guys just like me. Like, if you lined us all up in a lineup, you couldn't tell us all apart. Thanks, AM. I appreciate the support. Thanks for the super chat there. Well, the men of Tupperware says Antifa will false flag. I promise you that. Well, I will see you at the end of the day and see if you were right. That's one thing about making these kind of predictions. We'll find out right away. My thought is, even a suicidal person wouldn't come in here and start something.
Both those guys are attacking me. Because I tried.
Right now, I'm doing a pretty good job of moderating myself, but if any action starts happening, I'll get distracted. You know how that is. So you asked me last night what these barriers were, and I can confirm that they seem to be steel. These big white barriers. I thought they were concrete. Maybe because this looks like this could be a concrete seam, but it kind of looks like a weld.
There's forklift feet underneath them, so they just drop into place.
Okay.
Yeah, they're movable.
So I wonder if they're concrete wrapped around, steel wrapped around concrete, because this kind of seems like steel.
Yeah.
Sorry, you had a bird's eye view of my ear hole just then. Sorry about that. I'm a terrible cameraman.
Ready?
All right, we got folks moving here. I think I'm just going to lean on this white blockader thing here. I don't know what you call these things. God's tennis balls? I don't know. God's golf balls? USA! 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 Woo! I'm Not sure what started that, but hey, I'll jump in anytime. So it looks like maybe the VCDL got the 10,000 people into the goat pen that they wanted in there. Hell, I don't even like to fly because I had to disarm. I don't go into gun-free zones. Bad things always happen in gun-free zones. If Antifa's going to,
I'm trying not to knock them over.
pardon me.
Oh, you're fine.
If Antifa was going to start something, it would be inside the goat pen, I'm sure. If they're here, they're probably in the goat pen. All right, so my battery is already low. Let me plug in.
I got you, dear. I got you.
If I terminate the live stream, oh, thank you.
Very well.
If I terminate the live stream,
All right, Billy, lady,
man, I wish Vinny was here. He could hold my phone for me. Okay, guys, I'm going to lay you down so I can get my battery out.
Tight, eh? Yeah, tight quarter.
So live streaming is going to eat my batteries up. I may end up having to take a break at some point and recharge.
By the glorious beard!
Hey man, what's your channel?
Stage 1. There's the cord.
I know, I was going to say you didn't get very far.
Man, I'm really disturbed that the battery went dead so fast.
About 90 yards. All right, get down from there.
So yeah, it's just a bunch of guys talking guns at this point, you know? I think I'm gonna leave that backpack off. All right, I'm back, and we appear to be charging.
I don't know how to explain it. I just said this is your Josh.
So I got 30 minutes out of my phone battery. That is not encouraging.
Okay, yeah.
It may be the cold that's zapping it faster.
My cousin Brian. It is. You got Brian?
Yeah.
They heard
Yeah.
that on the way down. Everybody, like up again.
Jane, thanks again for your support. You have been so good to me. I appreciate you so much. I do have 2 extra batteries. I'm plugged into battery number 1 at this point. But yeah, it's saying it's got all. It's fully charged. Okay, I'm going to confirm here that I have.
We dealt with that yesterday.
Gosh, how can I do that? Okay. Okay, so yeah, it seems like I'm charging.
10 minutes.
And I do have a full pack there. All right. Tragedy averted.
That's a little while. I hope you got another memory card.
Yeah, I'm going to put, you're right, I should keep the batteries next to my body. I'm going to put this one in my pocket. Well, I hope that the live stream continues. We got hooked up to the first battery now. If it drains as fast as that, we may not be able to live stream through the entire thing. I may have to terminate in the middle and take a break and try to get a charge on one of these batteries. But we're just going to go till it blacks out. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, Blue Star, I opted out of the steel. And I'm glad I did because I have 50 pounds of clothes on. And like I said earlier, that there's enough humans here to protect me. You know, that I'm not worried about the steel, honestly. If I had lightweight Kevlar, I might have worn that. But yeah, I got the steel plates out today, and I just went, no, I don't know that I could have fit them on me. I'm wearing so much clothes. But it's good, though. I'm not that cold. I'm pretty comfortable, even in the shade. I'm on AT&T. I understand that Sprint is floundering right now. So, but AT&T seems to be streaming good. We're up to 300 people. Hey guys, just a reminder that for the folks who are not usually streaming on here, you can support this channel by doing the super chat. That's cool if you want to do that. You can also support my channel through snail mail at P.O. Box 2915, Weatherford, Texas, 76086. P.O. Box 2915, Weatherford, Texas, 76086. So I'm not going to be like Alex Jones and just, you know, beg for money all day or sell vitamins or anything. I'll just put it out there. If you want to help me, you can. If not, that's cool. I got lots of folks that do help me. I'm so grateful. Thanks, Mujo. I appreciate it. And, but yeah, this is, I don't see how, even with all the law enforcement here, if there was even a minor panic, how they could be impactful at all. Like, there's just too many of us here. I think if you took all the law enforcement from the 3 states around and brought them here, that they couldn't match the numbers of people that are here. I saw one sign that I thought was really 10,000. There's 10,000 inside the pig pen, or I'm sure that's not nice, inside the goat pen. But yeah, I imagine there's 10,000 in there. There was 10,000 earlier, but I can't even move now. Like, I walked in here, but I'm at where I'm at, you know, because I'm not going anywhere.
Gun rights are also good. Yeah, what's it say?
Thank goodness for the smog. Smog saving my ears and my back of my neck. Other channels are saying there's battery drain technology in use trying to drain our batteries, huh? Interesting. Well, I will say I've done a few live streams and I've never seen my phone go from 100 to 15% in 30 minutes of live streaming. I did an hour as a test run coming into this, and you know, I still had a little battery left at the end of that. Yeah, I can put my coat hat on. It's hard for me to hear though. That makes me deaf. I could save my battery for later. I might terminate this live stream and re-pick it back up. What's the temperature? The last time I checked it was 27. 27. I never willingly go out in 27-degree weather. That's just, I probably wouldn't go out in 27-degree weather if somebody was chasing me. So it's important that I be here. This is why I came. It's really, really important that, and everybody here feels the same way, whether they came from Texas or Norway or whether they came from you know, down the street. That Steven says 27 is balmy. Don't know, for an Eskimo maybe. It's the coldest day of the winter today, as one of the viewers has said here. The war above tells us that it's the coldest day in Virginia this winter so far. That's interesting. Well, I'm still not going to claim that Mother Nature's on their side. Hey, you know what? It could be worse. It could be snowing or raining. You know, it is sunny, and that does help to warm things up quite a bit. God bless the old guys with walkers. I don't have walkers, but I am carrying my cane. See, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they are clapping, but hey. You know what? I think I might see, honestly, I think I see one of these YouTubers. He's got the right gear to be a high-tech YouTuber. Like, he's got the camera and the extra microphone and all that. I just have a janky phone. The Boogaloo, well, if it's the Boogaloo, I'm here to dance, I suppose. Although I kind of suck at it. I will break out in a break dance. I will. I'll do the worm. You want to see Sage do the worm? I'll be popping and locking. I'll be boogalooing like crazy. So yeah, the live stream's up to 330 now. Who won't let you post an American flag, Amber? Post it where? We will not comply. I won't comply. I don't comply with nothing. Just ask my 2 ex-wives. You want me to do the crawl?
Oh, really?
That was at 36. Where's back home? Back in Texas?
I'm looking up.
But it'll be 50. It'll be 50 by noon in Texas. It won't let you post a flag. Where are you trying to post it? On YouTube or in the chat section? I guess I haven't seen any emojis in the chat. Maybe it's not allowed in the live stream chat. I don't know. God bless Texas. God did bless Texas with his own hands. And he brought angels down to the promised land. Flags won't post on any channel. Well, welcome to America in the 21st century. What happened with that?
You got a great job following that little QB.
Yeah, you can't post any flags. Huh? There's people. There are emojis because people are. There's happy emojis and smiling emojis and 3%er emojis. Just no American flags. Huh.
Whole place is full.
Man. So this is proving to me that the technology companies are in fact the devil, and they're anti-American, and if they won't let you post the flag, I guess the flag's a hate symbol now, and I'm not even sure when that happened or how it happened.
Get up there.
I blame the colleges, the indoctrinating communist re-education camps they call colleges. It was going on back in the day. My sister, who's passed on now, back in the 70s and early 80s, she went to college, and the old Marine and her got in a big old fight about politics right after she was about 2 semesters into college. And the old Marine was convinced that that we'd paid for her to go to college just so they could turn her into a communist. Now, she straightened out once she got moved to the South. Oklahoma will turn you into a patriot. There's people there. It's Texas, too. Anywhere in the South, really. Oh, they're bullhorning. We will not comply. I don't want to yell at y'all, but they're yelling, we will not comply, which I say on this channel all the time. I take it a step further than saying you can take the guns out of my cold, dead hands. I wrote a song called You Can Have My Guns Over Your Dead Body, because, I'm not just going to let you kill me, If anything bad happens, you can find me, but you might have to step over a pile of folks laying on the ground to get to me. I'll milk jug you. Well, we just got a whole bunch of people. This sea of folks behind me's gotten deeper and deeper. Like, it kind of ended maybe 20 people back when I first got here, just 30 minutes ago or so. And can we do a 360 view? All right, I'm extending the selfie stick. Hope it doesn't fall out. Can only do this as long as I have the cable. So let's do a 360 view where I'm standing right now. How's that? There's your 360 view. I don't know if you like that or not. There were 300 people trying to get into the parking lot I parked in. Woo. So there's definitely police choppers in the sky. That is not a news chopper. It is not the correct variety. That's a military chopper or a police chopper. It's the kind you typically see a belt-fed machine gun hanging out the side door of, Actually, one of my mentors in the shooting game was a helicopter sniper. I didn't know there was such a thing. If you're from Texas, you might know him. He has a huge shooting facility way out in the sticks in a town near Mingus, Texas, a place near Mingus. And only 1,000-yard range in private hands in Texas at the time when he built it. And but his job for the Royal Marines Special Boat Services in Great Britain was to hang out of a helicopter in a harness with a sniper rifle. And I guess engage targets on the ground with precision from a moving helicopter. He got a lot of respect out of me. Yeah, there's definitely some subterfuge going on with the tech companies. I don't think it's being overloaded. I think that they're suppressing this event. You know, maybe they don't mess with me because if you do a Department of Defense search on me, it comes back, do not engage, do not molest, do not mess with me because of who my cousin is. I've been told. I don't know. I don't have that access. Thanks, Amy, for the support. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Yeah. You know, after I will say that, and I said this coming in, that my big fear is that this thing could, I don't know, I get a Las Vegas vibe from the whole setup. Let's talk about the high ground. So you can't see it, and maybe you can. I'm going to hold this up, and I don't know how much you can see beyond the sun, edge of the sun. But you'll have to take my word for it. Maybe I'll show you at some point. But there's a half-fit parking garage with a really perfect view. Oh yeah, there's people on top of it too. That's disturbing. They don't look like police either. Yeah, okay, so there are people on the roof of the Capitol building. I suppose it's law enforcement. So it looks like, can you see this Capitol building? I'm going to turn this around. Try to get it. It's just a whiteout, isn't it, guys? There it is. Can you see the guys on top of the building? On top of the Capitol building. Now it's just one head. There were 3 guys standing out there. Oh no, they're over there too. They got spotting scopes and everything. No, there is I don't know what you call them, a nest of snipers on top of the Richmond Capitol building for sure. Because there's definitely a spotting scope. It looks like 2 men sniper teams, spotter and a shooter. Yeah, there's people on top of the half-constructed building over there too. I can see it. Woo! That wind cut right through me. My goodness. Sorry, I got bombarded by a cold streak of wind. Put my glasses back on so my eyeballs don't freeze. Alright, I'm going to talk to you guys for a minute while we're waiting for something to happen here. I'm waiting for my wingman to get back from his pickup. Anyone got any idea on just how people are down here? You mean how many people are down here? I mean, I don't know how you could fit any more people down here. There's no room to walk. People are up on top of everything trying to get a view. It's the biggest crowd I've been in. The sky is full of aircraft, helicopters. Yeah, there's a drone. There's a drone for sure. There's a drone right there. I see it. I won't show it to you because there's no way you guys can see it with this camera. But there's a hovering drone right over the goat pen. Hopefully they're just taking pictures. I can show you there's, I don't know if you can see the roof of the Capitol building from this distance with the iris and everything. It being white, it's reflecting so. Hell yeah! I don't know if that helped you at all.
They say it was too close.
Yeah, my camera is set up for 18 inches, not. That's probably a 600-yard shot if I was guessing from the rooftop to where I'm standing. They could hit me for sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm not good at guessing. But yeah, there's definitely military type. It's probably state police on the roof. They're glassing the crowd. They've got spotting scopes. They've got this one guy's decked out in body armor for sure. 150,000. Some people are saying there's 150,000 people down here.
Get out of here, really?
This is what people on the internet are telling me from my channel right now.
I believe it.
I will say this. I got here a day early, and when I got here, breakfast was like, yeah, I was even though I was dressed gray man, you want to say hi to everybody. There you go. What's up, guys? But, even though I was gray man in it, I was getting death stares from all of the people that were in the hotel, because people around here have been told, you know, for weeks now that we're all white supremacists here to start
that's
trouble.
a lie. That's a total
Right, and they were
lie.
glaring at me.
We were staring at the Omni. I talked to a bunch of people, and I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all.
Well, yeah, you were staying at the fancy hotel, though. I was staying in the ghetto hotel. But last night was something different. I was in the, I kept forgetting stuff in my car. I kept having to go back down the 6 floors to the elevator to, you know, to my car. And there were guys coming in, and they were kind of bringing in their guns from the car late at night, you know, like 11:30, 12 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were steel plates. There were cases of ammunition.
We saw the same thing.
Big duffel bags, and they were just heavy, downloaded with magazines and stuff. I mean,
well, the Omni said, you know, had a sign out front that said no guns in there.
Yeah,
But
there
were
was
a lot of
guns
people
in there.
Well, there was a lot of people coming up in the garage. They didn't have to post there. Their guys were walking all over the place with rifles and everything else. Nobody said anything.
yeah, when I first got there, I felt like they were glaring at me because I was carrying a backpack in and out. Because there was the same kind of signs at the hotel where I was staying at. It wasn't saying it wasn't allowed. It just said you had to have them locked in a hard case and unloaded. Which, why would I carry a club in a hard case unloaded? It's just not even a good club. Thanks, Jane, again for helping me out. Yeah, we're at 420. We have 420 people in the chat room right now, in the live stream rather. I don't know why I call it a chat room. That's how old I am. I'm from America Online days. Okay, so Yeshua returned said some things about police, and I will tell you my opinion of what's happened to our police force. When I was about 30, I sat through 40 hours of training in a citizens police academy in DeSoto, Texas. And the people that were teaching the class had us all take the entrance exam, the psych exam for the police department. And on it were questions like, have you ever killed an animal? And I'm like, okay, I'm a hunter. I've lost count. Here we go. We will not comply. We will not comply. We will not comply. We will not comply. I'm always afraid I'll be the last one going, we will not comply, when everybody else stops. Please stop babbling. This is my channel. I can babble if I want to. Say that again, and you're out of here. I drove 22 hours for the right to stand here and babble.
Amen to that, boss.
I'm not trying to take anybody's spot. I'm just trying to literally go around the corner.
I think if I was as short as people think I am when they see me on my channel, they think I'm 5'5". If I was that short, I would bring stilts for this thing.
Just so you know, you're babbling on my channel.
Okay, I'm double channel babbling. Well, Sonny must like my babbling because they gave me a super chat. Thanks, Sonny. Appreciate that. We are being herded into one channel. What do you mean? They're trying to move all these people? I doubt that.
What do you think?
If they start trying to move this enormous, they don't have the manpower. They do not have the manpower to do anything here at this point except stand their ground around the Capitol. They just don't have them. They can't do like in Portland. You're not looking at, 200 or 300 Antifa or something. There's maybe as many as, somebody said 150,000. I find that hard to believe. But I can visually see 30,000 people.
I think
this is what it sounds like when I don't babble.
Doesn't work. We're in big trouble.
Have you been up that way yet?
Not today. I was up there yesterday. Is it really packed?
All the way up there? It's packed all the way over that way.
Well, I told all my people I was going to be on 9th Street, but I couldn't get to 9th Street. So I'm here, I think, at 10th and Bank.
All these streets are jam-packed.
I don't know why they had a bank closed between 10th and 12th. They don't, I guess they're not letting us surround the Capitol. Maybe that was their intention of keeping this one street free of people, so there's not, so that there's a path of egress to and from the Capitol and to keep it from surrounding them. I guess. I don't know. If they would treat us like friends and fellow citizens and hear our grievances and stop trying to control us, we would be a lot more easy to get along with and a lot less contrary right now. I think there's a lot of people here that are yelling, we will not comply, and I think that probably holds true to them trying to make us, them trying to you know, make us move and go a certain area or stop it. I mean, if we all just started walking towards the Capitol, nothing would stop us. There's just too many. You know, it's just a matter of numbers. And that's why the Second Amendment is so important, is that an armed populace has control of the country. That's just bottom line, you know. It always has been that way in America from the beginning. The people run the government in America. And it's because of the Second Amendment. If we didn't have the Second Amendment, then we would just be subjects and we would not be citizens, and the government would be in control of us. And as much as they like to think that they're in control of the people, that they're the bosses, they're really not. They're not because the Constitution says they're not, but they're also not just logistically. They're not in charge because we have guns, because we can form a citizen army at the drop of a hat. And I think that's the main reason why we're here, is to let these people know that they serve the people and they're in position as long as we say so. USA! 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 Thanks, Red Badger. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your continued support.
Oh yeah.
So, I've got the best signal out of all the channels, and that's funny because I got a janky old Samsung S6 phone from like the 90s or something, and the screen's all cracked, and I think it has like 1 megabyte of memory or something. Hey, sometimes all that gear can get in your way. I apologize, excuse me. Yeah, this is probably my biggest live stream yet. Nearly 500 people watching.
Continue to babble on, brother.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Sir.
What's your channel called? Hey, promote your channel, bro.
Do what?
Promote your channel. What's your channel called?
I'm good.
Are you good? Okay. Well, I tried to promote his channel.
Hey, good seeing you. Talk about a turnout today.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's great.
Yeah. Talk to our folks. What's your estimate? You've been around here a little bit. What do you think?
I would have to say somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 people, maybe.
Just on this side?
I would say just maybe on this side alone.
Yeah.
It's a great turnout.
Yeah, I think it goes beyond what they probably imagined.
Oh, they were only saying a few hundred max.
Oh well, please.
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't going to be an issue.
For sure. Be safe, man.
Oh yeah, you too.
I will do my best.
Dennis, thank you so much for the super chat. That is awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. People are saying that I've got one of the few channels that's functioning right now. That a lot of channels are being taken down or their networks are crowded. So, you know, my baby mama, who is still, this phone is still in her name. Hey, she's gonna keep paying the bill. I'm gonna let her.
Short to any story.
But
This is a dead end right there.
yeah, she is retiree from AT&T.
So we have to go up
So
wagey cage.
that may be why my
We gotta
phone's
go
working.
back
Maybe she's
through all
getting
that shit.
special phone privileges being
Yeah.
being an AT&T retiree. But AT&T is working right now for me. It appears we're 5x5 with 452 people in the live stream right now. There's the obligatory air horn.
Yeah. Yeah. Pennsylvania represent.
I call her my baby mama. Don't get offended. I call her that to delineate her from my second wife, who I did not have any children with and was only married to for a short time. So it's not a put down. I call her my baby mama as a recognizing that she gave birth to my children, and she wasn't just another girlfriend, right? I chose to. I'm not going to talk about her, okay? 440 people in the live stream here. I'm going to go ahead and give you a bird's eye view of what's behind me. So this is the street leading up to the Capitol building. And like I said, if I could get any place else, I would try to move. But I'm also hanging in this spot because eventually I think my wingman Vinny might come back to this spot. I'm sure he's just fighting his way through the crowd. He went back to his truck to get his backpack, and I carried mine. Yeah, there's 2,000 people just behind me. That was behind me. Let's show you guys what's in front too as well.
Oh yeah. And
Ah! My phone fell off the selfie stick. I'm glad I caught it. If you ever decide to fight me, just remember I got lightning fast hands. Even as old as I am. All right, we're back on the selfie stick now. Yeah, I think if people have their face covered down here right now, it's because their nose is freezing off. I'm actually thankful I have this beard right now because I think my face would be colder if I didn't have some hair on it. Thanks, Jordana. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, Chris, I got quick hands. My one threat, if anybody gets jiggy, is I can touch your eyeball and you can't stop me. Yeah, we got a gentleman up here that's looks like he's packing an AR right here in front of me. It seems like the guys with the long guns are staying on the edge of the crowd, which is right. It's probably tactically correct. And you know, you can't. If you get to a crowded area, man, it starts getting difficult to move around. Oh, thank you for the better selfie stick fund. Yes, the selfie stick I'm using is the $4.99 special, and so. Yeah, I don't think Antifas is coming. Uh-oh, somebody's playing the charge. Semper Fi, oorah.
Not really. Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, the police are making up rules as they go along.
We have steps to options.
Yeah, CBS thinks the world is ending. They hate us. I mean, the mainstream media is going to tell you that everybody here is white supremacist, and I haven't. Honestly, I've not seen a rebel flag, and I'm used to seeing those all the time, everywhere. In all of these, I've not seen a single rebel flag. I can report that coming in here, I have not seen a single rebel flag, not a white supremacist logo, not a sign, not anybody even having that conversation. That everybody here is single-minded. We're about this gun grab by this tyrannical government here in Virginia, and we're making ourselves known. And it doesn't matter. All the other issues fall to the side. All the other issues are irrelevant. Today is a single issue day. We are here to stand in support of the Virginia gun owners and let them know that if this government becomes tyrannical, pickup trucks from around the country will be driving here just like they drove here for this. There are people here from around the country. The hotels are packed. The streets are filled with people. Everybody's armed. And you know what? We're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. And that's the message we're sending today. We're mad as hell and we're not taking it anymore. That's it. That's why we're here. I got a thumbs up from somebody right next to me. Yeah, I don't think people understand the severity of the tyrannical laws. One of the viewers was saying, and I agree that, well, they've convinced people that guns are for hunting, and you can have a pistol to protect yourself from a rapist, maybe if you fill out the right paperwork. But thanks again, Red Badger. Thank you so much for helping me out. But yeah, I think that the belief is that they can't wrap their mind around the concept that our government could turn on us. You know, that our government could decide that Bibles are illegal next. Our government could decide that mobile homes are unacceptable to live in tomorrow. You know, they could decide that we don't like a certain race or a certain religion, and they could become tyrannical in the blink of an eye. Any government can. If you don't think so, it's because you are not a student of history. If you don't think that a government can turn on its people, frankly, you're ignorant. And that the Second Amendment is absolutely about defending oneself and one's country against its own government. It isn't about hunting. And so you're right. People don't understand the severity of, well, and they don't understand the resolve. I think that's the main thing. People in the cities don't understand the resolve of Second Amendment supporters. We will fight and die for this right, and there is no second guessing it. There's a no maybe. You know, it's why this old busted up musician come clear across the country to make his voice be heard here, is to let them understand that all of us will stand together and fight them. We're not going to lay down, and we're not going to comply, and you're not coming into our house and looking under our bed for our guns. That's just never going to happen. And if you think it is, you're an idiot, and you know, you should probably be taken out of your public office. And I hope the people rise up against this governor in the voting booth. You know, ballots, not bullets. So I hope that they rise up and get him out of this governorship quickly. And which I've talked to some people here in Virginia, and although conspiracy theorists will say that the Virginia election was rigged because of voting machines, but a lot of the populace act like they don't think that's possible, like they don't believe that's true. Even some of the police and military people that are on our side I've talked to. But hey, it's awful fishy that, you know, they won this election, and then if you followed Millennial Millie's, my mouth is freezing up, Millennial Millie. If you followed her reporting, she's claiming that this was a rigged election, that they turned this state blue through nefarious methods. And, you know, I'm not so sure that's not true. And I should probably do some further research when I get home. I probably will. Honestly, for me, this thing happened so fast. It's just 1 minute, I'm sitting in my chair in the shotgun shack in rural Texas, and the next thing you know, I'm standing here freezing my tail off in Virginia. Yeah, there was some gerrymandering. Darth Moonslayer says there was some gerrymandering of districts in Virginia that caused this election. Okay, so that was my guy trying to come. You can hop right up there. That is fine. I'm only standing here so I stay out of people's way. Because I got too much junk. Oh, sorry. You got an up close view of my ear again. I'm standing next to this little round concrete thing, and then the short people want to stand up on it, and you're more than welcome to.
Well, we lost our group.
Well, that may be.
Yeah, we can't find them.
Maybe why my friend was trying to call me. He may be lost in this group, but I couldn't talk to him right now because I would have had to break the live stream, I think, to answer the phone. Well, I did run into a guy in the elevator who had a guitar. Somebody asked me why I didn't bring my guitar. Because I've spent my life hauling musical gear and I'm over it. I need a roadie. But I did see a case. A guy was carrying a guitar case, and it was camo colored, you know. And I wondered if it actually had guitars in it or if it had guns in it.
I'm back. I think high impact is over there.
Goodbye, Mr. Smarty Pants. See you later, dude.
Hey, Sage.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah.
You tried to call.
Yeah,
I was like, I have to break the live stream.
I wasn't sure if you were still streaming. I think high impact is over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know if I can even just, like, I'm not jazzed about moving through this crowd.
Yeah, it's intense. They're about to start marching down there. Like, they're trying to get 4D.
Wait, tell them what's happening?
Down there, I don't know if it's a militia or a group, but they're trying to get a bunch of people to line up in formation and start marching.
Were they marching to this direction or away from this
Looks
direction?
like they're pointing that way.
Get us to march that way?
Away.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not marching away. That's the opposite.
They had California flag.
They had California flags. Well,
Yeah.
we know California folks are backwards.
Yeah.
No offense if you're in California, but you know it's true.
Who knows what's going
Got a guy named Larry. I just told him.
What is that? Is that an Antifa person trying to get a chat going? I don't know. You're trying to get a chant going? Something riled up over here.
That parking lot where we parked,
Yeah.
it's even more packed. I mean,
I barely got my car in there as
yeah,
it was.
you got lucky.
No, I'm not in the cage. I refuse to go into the goat pen. I am not a goat.
Some politicians, people shouting, vote down different bills.
Well, there's a lot of movement happening here, and I'm not sure exactly what the source of it is, but people are moving. I'm staying put. I've learned if you find a stationary object and just kind of attach to it in a group like this, it keeps you from getting overcrowded and shoved around and your pockets picked and all that good stuff. Although I don't think there's any folks in here that's going to do that.
Sticker on the back of his jacket.
Did you see the bumper sticker on the back of his jacket? You guys see? You were able to read that? Some woman yelled to the governor to come out with his hands up. That's hilarious. Caitlin Bennett is here. Is here somewhere. The Liberty Hangout gal. I would love to meet her. I absolutely would. I think she's quite a character.
Jonesing for a cigarette.
I have not seen or heard any Harleys at this point. I don't know if there's a large group of bikers this way or not. I've not seen confirmation of that. Wow, we have 551 people in this live stream right now. This is officially a record-breaking live stream for Sage Wanderer. I'm kind of proud of myself, y'all. I got up off the couch and I came out here and I actually did this. And if you watch my channel, you know about a week ago I was scared to death. I was waking up in the middle of the night going, oh my God, what have I done? I can't go to this thing. I can't go be at the center of what could end up being the Lexington and Concord of the new war. I mean, gosh.
No.
Yes, people just as far as the eye can see in every direction.
They opened up the liquid at him. And then,
yeah, this is a lesson to all politicians.
No, she was still alive then. And then she got through that, she healed up. And I'm going, and she thinks she would, this guy wanted to, well, she wouldn't give me any unless she bought her a bottle of vodka. And he bought her.
I don't think there's any disturbances. There seems to be like little uprising, excited and cheering. And,
rally cries.
yeah. Somebody was doing the hey, hey, ho, ho. Somebody's. Check it out. This guy is in the second story up there and he put a Gun Saves Live sticker on the window. I don't know if you can see that. He's up on like the third story of this high rise next to us. Am I cutting in and out? Well, it just could be the congestion is finally getting to me as well.
We changed up the list at the last minute.
How's it now? Is it better?
You know what?
My stream's turning bad. So, okay, listen, guys, if you can hear me, if the stream gets bad, I may disengage and try to reinstate the stream to try to get a better connection. Is it cleared up now? It may just be because the way I turned the phone.
So I talked to Eric.
He knows about the program from 11 to 12.
Let's listen to what this guy has to say.
America speaking. Stephen Williford, the guy who's always he's going to
Stephen Williford's going to be here. The guy stopped the white settlement shooter.
Oh, he's here?
He's going to be speaking.
Yeah, I drive by that church every day as an Uber driver in Fort Worth. I go by it every day.
Wow. Are they still, I guess they opened back up? Or?
They never stop.
Okay.
They never stop. They never miss a day. I did notice one day, the week after the shooting, I drove by that church and they had a security company out there installing new security cameras, and I think that they upped security. YouTube didn't shut this live down, TJ. I'm still live. 526 folks. How's the signal? Is it going?
I looked at you for a minute.
Looks good.
About 10 minutes ago. For some reason up here, I don't have any connection.
Yeah, it could be the difference between.
AT&T and Verizon.
Yeah, it's a Verizon thing.
It's a hit or miss. Yep.
There's no doubt that AT&T has the superior toys. You know, unfortunately, they're in league with the deep state, but they do have the better toys. It's under my arm. I keep losing my cane. I was holding it. I have brain freeze.
You can't remember.
So it's freezing off and on. They're saying the live stream is freezing. Every live stream is being disrupted. Dakota's live stream is in and out, they're saying. Well, I'll quit talking because I know that's annoying if you can't hear me. And, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. MB says they had that at the Brexit rallies. They were using jammers there. I don't know. It could just be we're all jammed up. I find it hard to get the conspiracy thing happening too deep on some of this stuff, but I wouldn't put anything past the technology. It's more like a system overload, I imagine. It has to do with the fact that other people are streaming my stream. Awesome. I finally made the amalgamation, the news amalgamation. So I got 522 here, but if they're restreaming my stream, who knows how many thousands of people are seeing. Hey, sound off. Where's everybody from? North Carolina, New Jersey, Brexit. I'm assuming that's Great Britain. Arizona, North Carolina, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, East Tennessee, state of Jefferson, Seattle, Mississippi, Columbus, Ohio, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Florida, Virginia, West Virginia, Grandview, Texas. All right, Kansas, Wisconsin, Twin Cities, New York, Indiana, D.C., New Mexico. So people from all over the country and the world here. You're in the Hollow Earth? How's the weather? I was wondering what the weather in Hollow Earth was like. Grand Rapids, Michigan, Little Rock, Arkansas, drove through on the way here. Mesa, Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma, AR, that's Arkansas, Washington State, Georgia, California, Kingman, Pensacola, Mom's Basement. Well, welcome everybody. I'm getting tired of reading off the states. I will say the general attitude here is friendly. Everybody's getting along. We're all just kind of birds of a feather. We're all kind of similar folks.
No issues.
And so, yeah.
People are really polite.
This is the nicest rally I've ever been to.
Yeah.
You know, but I went to a lot of rallies in Portland and Salem, so in Oregon. Hey, Oregon people were never friendly, and they're definitely not nowadays. Ireland, welcome Ireland. The weather is always nice in Shambhala. Well, I wish the elves of Shambhala would send some good weather our way and warm us up a little bit. Maybe they can get the inner earth fire stoked a little bit.
At least it's not snowing. And the sun is out.
Well, you can hear Alex in the background on a foghorn. I mean, on a foghorn. She said foghorn. Foghorns go. Grove River. Hey, I got in a lot of trouble in Medford. I lost. You don't want to know this. I lost my virginity at Expo Pond.
I'll forget.
Sage, I was going to say, do you think it's a waste of government resources?
I feel like that they're unnecessarily putting these pilots and police at risk in those helicopters. If you recall, the darkest moment in the Charlottesville disaster was when a police truck crashed and killed a police pilot, and that happened not far from here. So honestly, I wish they. Excuse me, I haven't had any breakfast. I'm burping in.
Maria and I haven't talked.
But I think that they're putting the pilots of these helicopters at risk for no reason. Oh, I don't know. My uncle flew helicopters, and he fly them in just about any kind of weather. Hurricanes, no, but
anyway,
know, if you're trying to do maneuvers in high wind, that's an issue. But I don't know. Does anybody know why? What we ever found out about the helicopter crash during the Charlottesville riot? Does anybody know what caused that? Was it pilot error? Was it, you know, equipment failure? You know, it's never talked. They put all their attention on the guy that drove his car through the crowd. Another reason I'm standing next to the big round ball thing here, because you know there's people running, cars coming. I'm going to hide behind it. So I apologize for the lag. It's just, I think, from the congestion. Too many people online. So I'm going to give you guys another view of the crowd since the live stream is messing around. I guess I should have left that at home.
Something fell behind me.
It's my cane. I can't keep control of that. I need a cane holster.
Oh yeah. Need a strap for that.
Right? Lanyard. What was I talking about? Oh, the stream's in and out, so I'm going to give you a bird's eye view.
He's supposed to rest was part of the bureau. They finally put him where he did the most good. They said, yeah, we need somebody to teach you.
You got a new car, didn't you? She got a new car.
Must be pretty good. It was a couple weeks ago. She was talking like that instead of
I'm guesstimating from what I've seen. I'd say there's about 20,000 people.
You're estimating 20,000?
Yeah, because you look at the throw from there to here, I just did an estimate. Within 4 feet, there's probably easily over 100 people, maybe estimates here.
Yeah.
I would say at least 20,000.
Yeah,
Plus, I didn't even think of the people up there.
Yeah, I'm thinking 20,000 plus the people in the goat pen.
Big time, yeah. 2019 model, and they're dumping them big time. But the red,
Because it goes
wide
all the
body,
way around.
red eye.
I did look at that, whatever corner. I would say, I don't know what direction, right up the Capitol in the rear. But I think there are people up there too.
93,000.
Oh, you brought us coffee.
So what'd you say, Amber, about Fox News?
All right.
I can't feel the screen. So my stream is blurry, they're saying, but I still have a better stream than a lot of people.
I'm gonna have to reconsider maybe get AT&T.
Right? This is a commercial for AT&T, I guess.
What phone are you using?
So yeah, people are telling me just to my right is High Impact.
Yeah, they're over there.
Oh, nice.
Are they closer to the fence? I think they're close to the fence.
Didn't change oil.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try to find these guys eventually. I figure that once the speakers start and, you know, everybody gets here, that it might, like some of these knots might loosen up somehow. I don't know, I'm guessing.
I think the commencement's going to begin at 11 a.m.
What time is it now?
It's, according to my watch, about 10:19.
10:19. So we're, you know, this thing don't even start till 11, and it's already crowded. It's already packed. It would not surprise me at all if they hit the 50,000 mark of estimated here. That's one reason to have a helicopter in the air, is to try to guess how many people are here.
To your wife's $1 million house, so she'd take your car to the airport. Are you stupid?
Yes.
Well, if you're sensitive to being and grab
My
ass,
ass here.
I'll get
I
it.
keep
I'll get
tripping
it.
people with my cane, though.
I have a special skill set. I lost that skill set. I was it on my foot.
I've been to Mardi Gras, so nobody's actually grabbed my butt here yet. So in Mardi Gras, that happens. They actually grab you, all them drunk people.
Yeah, well, it might be valued after.
Our change stream is down. I met him in Portland as well. So he was standing with Tim Pool, who I engaged. I talked to Tim Pool more. I've ignored him. I don't take it personally. I'm more familiar with Tim. You know, we're kind of on the same page on some things.
Let me see if I can go see where High Impact
Well,
is.
welcome Constitutional Carpenter to the Sage Wanderer live stream at the foot of the Capitol building in Virginia. Somebody said there's 150,000 people here. It wouldn't surprise me. I can't see out of my... I told everyone I was going to be on 9th at the top of the hill, and I ended up being on 10th at the bottom of the hill.
Like Dan
So,
Say, hey, Auntie Dan.
Excuse me, he's got a camera. Excuse me.
It's hot.
That's interesting that they're letting people up there in the courthouse. They're usually very protective about federal property.
They don't got enough people here to do anything.
I think I'm gonna find my way back to the bus, see if I can rewarm. I'm still down.
Well, we've got traffic coming through. I can't
Well, you should be polite.
No, I am.
Just letting you know, you should be polite.
We're gonna head back to the room.
They say an armed society is a polite society. I couldn't agree more. As a Texan, I can tell you that is true.
All right.
So yeah, my stream's down to 485. I think it was over 500 at one point. I probably jumped because I was getting some interference. There's a bunch of free space opened up here now.
There was a California flag down here.
Yeah.
Alex Jones's channel is down. Apparently, his live stream is down.
Now we're going up.
All streams are down. How's mine? Mine seems to still be up.
Go ahead.
If I wouldn't know what watching a deep web video is like, I've never come out to the dark web. Look at them folks. I will tell you this, I'm really glad I have a retention holster on my pistol because it's bumped, banged, touched, knocked around a bum in it because it's locked in place and you don't know where the happy button is. You ain't getting it out. I'm pixelated. What does this look like then? Woo! Because who my cousin is. I don't want to mess with the United States Marines. And I'm hearing some kind of motion coming from the pen. I think it's just cheering. You guys can't really even see up there that way because the iris is pixelated too. I'm looking at, yeah, he's got to be right over there. He's literally like 20 feet away from me, but I can't go over there.
I'm wondering if he's right there.
Dabu just went down.
I think he's over there. On his left. So this building's over there.
Someone's saying that it's just the right thing. I'm kind of.
So that he just showed us. Yeah, he's like trying to prepare him.
We need to have some kind of meet and greet for YouTubers because we're never going to connect.
He's showing up.
Snipers
So
on
that
this
means
building.
he's over there somewhere.
Yeah, the building I'm standing under has got people on the roof apparently.
Where's this stream?
Yeah, there's people on the roof on the building behind me as well. Hey, we're going to show your stream. This is he's showing the roof of the building there in a way.
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
Oh, we can show the helicopter now. Of course I'm still alive, Nathaniel. Oh, I'm still alive. I'm tough to kill. I don't make it easy on you.
Wait a second. He's like here. He's like right here in this point.
Really, I just...
Why was it so important for you to make a drive like that to be here?
So I was raised by the greatest generation, and these men marched against tyranny. They laid their lives on the line. They didn't even stop to think about their own lives and their own welfare. And I guess I felt guilty that I've sat on my haunches and let this country fall apart. And I felt like those men that raised me, those men that seeded into my life, would be absolutely ashamed at what this country's come to. And that I felt absolutely driven. I felt like empowered by God to drive across the country to make my tiny voice in this giant event heard. That it will become what other countries have become, a place where freedoms no longer exist. And we have our for all. We cannot allow tyranny to take away that right, because no one wants to take away your guns unless they're trying to dominate you. It's so that they can abuse you. There's the only reason they want to harm you. It's the only reason they should be afraid of guns.
Some would say this is a stage, but these are proposals offered by
The Second Amendment is a
in Virginia.
constitutional issue, and the states do not have the right to pass laws that violate the Constitution of the United States. Period. That's why I'm here. I'm here to let the people of Virginia know that if their government does become tyrannical, if their government does become abusive, that there will be pickup trucks from around the country coming to their rescue. That we are not afraid to just load up and come here. It's, 22 hours ain't that far. It ain't that long in the big picture. And I came here to I'm not much, I'm just one guy. But, you know, there's what, 50,000 of us here today? So it adds up.
What is your name?
My name is Sage Wanderer. I'm a YouTuber.
Sage?
Sage Wanderer on YouTube. As in,
Is that your real name?
No, I don't give my real name because I've had thousands of death threats from Antifa.
Okay, so you don't want to disclose your real name?
No, I don't give my real name out because guys that do get their tires slashed and the windows broke out and people trying to get in their house at night. So I use the anonymity that the internet offers me, and I had a nickname already, so I just picked up my nickname.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay, did y'all get any of that? I just got interviewed by WRAL in North Carolina, Raleigh. Raleigh. Cool. Awesome. Is anybody there? I was trying to restart the stream while I was talking to that guy. Can I get a confirmation that I'm being heard? Yeah, I got thumbs up.
Here so I can get a picture of it.
So I just got on TV, I think. Let's see, maybe I always end up on the cutting room floor. It's because I'm funny looking. They only put pretty people on TV. You want me to come back?
Who's it?
Some bullhorning going on
That's
here.
Alex Jones?
That sounds like Alex Jones. I'm trying to get him up in the air to see if we can get him into the boost bullhorning.
No.
Somebody else. I've met on Schroyer in Portland at a protest. Right now there's somebody bullhorning, and I'm willfully letting the camera guy here use me as a tripod. Go ahead, just brace up, man. I'm good.
USA! 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 USA!
Are you Andy from Portland?
I'm Portland Andy.
Oh, okay. So Battle of the YouTube channels. Well, Andy, I came here from Texas, but I lived in Salem for 5 years, and I've been down at the Portland protests and stood toe with the Portland Antifa. Sage Wanderer.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'll check out your channel.
I did a lot of different stuff up in Portland in the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's a mess there.
It is.
Yeah, we should do something like this there.
Yeah, they try. That works. I will be.
When YouTubers meet in real life, I want to meet some more.
That's so.
And I'm jabbering. As
Yeah, you
it were,
probably heard
so,
you talking.
Yeah. I can get on a rant sometimes. If I was going to end me up here, I've lived the most interesting and crazy life that, 2.5 years ago, my kids talked me into making a YouTube channel to tell my crazy stories from being a road musician and just from being a guy from another generation. And now, here all this time later, I'm, 3,000 miles away from where it started, and my step for me. The video's pixelating, huh? Well, there's just so many people. Yeah, Portland Andy's down. I guess they're saying you're down. Yeah, I can see he's down. He's trying to restart. I'm wearing my helmet that looks like a ball cap. The blackface.
They only do that for people who aren't their own.
Right, they have two sets of rules, right? A set for them and a set for us.
Some reason to keep on moving.
Right, well, we'll just kick further,
And Michael Bloomberg has bought all these political things out.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's just money.
No doubt about it.
DC Channel Guns, he had a video the other day, and he was talking, he's saying something in the air that he's willing to spend $2 billion
I'll do my best. Any feedback from the people? There we go. Kicked, but I'm back. Yeah, I'm gonna find him. You're right, Steven. Hey, Steven, you want to moderate, buddy? Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. I'm gonna let Steven moderate. Steven Turner, if you choose to accept it, or ugly, or being horribly racist or something, please silence them. I appreciate it. Man, it makes me nervous that my gun keeps wiggling when people touch it, so I'm so glad I have a retention holster. It's not coming out of there. You don't know where the magic button's at.
Mine is now deep, even I have trouble.
You authority.
Been deputized.
Been deputized.
Well, the good thing is a lot of people being good windbreak.
Yeah, definitely he's a one-man windbreaker. That's a big man. You don't have to stand on the... Bigger, probably. I trust Steven because we got the same choice in guns, I know the guy makes good choices. They should probably steer clear of him. They've got extremely crowded. Look at this. This is not even towards the Capitol. It's away from the Capitol.
Prime nosebleeds.
Right?
Did you hear that the equipment, I guess it's the state-owned, it's the smaller speakers, the less power to project the sound?
They might need me up there. I'm a certified professional audio engineer. You wouldn't know it by my janky phone.
No, I think they shortchanged and they didn't give them decent equipment. They just like with power. That's what I saw on one of the websites.
Well, I heard that they gave them that, but then I thought that they got a better system. Yeah,
oh, okay.
They got a more powerful system. I'm hoping we can hear them from where we're at. Man, I'm just getting mauled. I'm glad I'm hugging this concrete ball, or I get mauled from every direction. I'm in a giant billiard table. There's just too many cue balls. We should paint a big circle with an 8 on it. Oh, if I had a Marks a lot, I'd be putting my name on this right now. I'm just that rebellious. I'm just glad I don't have a Marks a lot. I'd be like Sage was here on the white thing I'm standing next to. Can y'all see that? I'm hugging the concrete ping pong ball. The steel ball might be helping the feed not be jammed. Well, I've been told I have steel balls, so maybe that's why I'm not getting jammed. I think it's because my cousin looks out for me. I told you, sometimes when I'm really broke, money just appears in my bank account. I don't know where it comes from. Cousin, the general. I'm going to tell the story. You guys have heard me talk about my cousin. I'm going to tell the story of why I think my cousin might be watching over me. My uncle, who was retired the Marines from Marine Corps as a full bird colonel, and when my cousin and I were kids, I guess we were about 10 or 11, I used to go down to the 7-Eleven and play pinball. And to my uncle from another generation, he didn't know that pinball was an amusement game. He thought it was gambling, and he was very religious, and he thought that was a bad thing. And I had no idea. I just thought that pinball was fine. And so my cousin and I took him with me to the 7-Eleven. We played pinball. And when I came back, with my cousin. My uncle asked me where we've been, and I said we were playing pinball. He popped a gasket because he was just opposed to pinball, and he proceeded to grab my cousin by the arm and give him one of them old-fashioned whoopings. And I stood up to my grown Marine uncle and told him to get his hands off my cousin, or he was going to deal with me. If he wanted to beat somebody, beat me, because I'm the one that took him down there, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, and that he was wrong to beat him. And my uncle backed down. He backed down to me when I was a little kid, and he decided not to whoop him in front of everybody. And maybe that's why my cousin, the general, looks out for me. Where are you at, Steven? Are you moderating for me? People are saying I'm getting trolled. Thanks, Julian. I appreciate that. It's Julian, not Julianne, right? Julian.
Yeah.
Like Julian Lennon.
I don't know if we'll be able to get to you or not, but we're 30 feet on the other side of that guy.
Am I seeing any staging?
We're trying.
Man, I really don't see anything at this point, but just miles and miles of people. We're crammed in here like sardines. And if this was like normal concert goers or ordinary folk, I'd be concerned just because, the mass amount of people here. I'd be afraid of getting trampled. But, patriots, armed men are level-headed. I don't believe we're gonna trample each other. We're gonna say please and thank you and pardon me and excuse me, and I think I'm safe here. I just feel really, really safe here, to tell you the truth. Do I think Antifa's awake yet? Yeah, they don't come out till noon because they have to sleep. Because, they got to have their vampire nighttime stuff happening. So they gotta wait till they've gone to their coffin for a few hours before they can come back out. Because George Soros is a vampire. I just can't prove it. Yeah, their mom hasn't woke them up and given them their Cheerios yet. Hasn't given them their Lucky Charms yet. All right, I'm going to give you guys a view of what's going on here. Really, I'm just trying to entertain you because there's nothing happening here except a bunch of guys with guns. Crowded shooting match at this point. Everybody's just waiting their turn. We're just hanging out, Have you ever been to a really big shooting match where you spend 10 seconds shooting and the rest of the time is standing around talking for hours on end? So a lot of guys just stand around talking guns,
Common sense is nonsense. There's no such thing as common sense gun laws.
Right? Yeah, it's common sense to know that if you want to pass a gun law, it's because you'd like to rape me. That's the only reason. The only reason you want to take my gun away is so you can have your way with me. I know I'm not that attractive, but some people, they don't care. Woo! My ears are freezing. Well, let's put you up and give you another bird's eye view. Let's see. Woo!
It's colder than I expected.
Cold. And that game turned out to be more trouble than it was worth. It did help me get up the hill, though, I gotta say. And it probably helped me get back down the hill. But it's been knocked over, it's been stepped on, tripped over. So somebody who's watching this from a distance is telling me that the Soros buses of counter-protesters are being unloaded right now. If that's the case, things could get really interesting. But I just will quote Mr. T on that regard. I pity the fool. I pity the fool that comes down here starting trouble. There's enough men here to put down an insurrection barehanded. So, yeah, if Antifa's down here, it better be on our side. It better be.
Are those the crisis or whatever paid actors? Were we talking about that? High impact.
Yeah, okay, so here's my opinion on crisis actors, okay? I've been hearing all week about how these crisis actors are coming down here dressed like patriots and whatnot. I don't believe I'm down right now. Amber, I think I'm still alive. Confirmation I'm still alive, anybody? Hello? I don't think I can get closer. Honestly, I don't think I can move. We are packed in here. Anybody trying to move? So, crisis actors. I think they're basing this all on Craigslist ads asking for crisis actors. So you know how easy it is to be like LARPers that may be being trolled with Craigslist ads. I can't see. Maybe that's stupid. Maybe that's just
it's like
that daring. I don't know.
Freezing down.
Thanks to the Almighty, she can see, or I think it's a she or a he. Can't see the picture.
I said it's
can see me. That's good. So everybody's seeing me.
Anyhow, yeah,
back up and
yeah,
running.
it's so crowded though. The speech is about to start.
Is it just me, or is it getting colder? Like I can see my breath now. I couldn't a minute ago.
What is that?
I think a wind come up.
Oh no! Because you can bring your firearms, so I'm outside of it. I'm right in front of the Capitol building. I'll send you a couple.
Awesome.
Pictures.
So we're back live again.
And then
So I'm hearing music come from the speakers. Looks like they're ramping up for the speakers to start addressing us from the PA system.
There's a lot of people that he got interviewed by Raleigh, North Carolina radio station, TV stage. They just walked by and started interviewing.
It got suddenly cold. I'm going to give you guys another spin around. See what you think.
No, I'm just here. Okay. No, I'll catch you later.
Awesome. Looks like I got my live stream back.
You probably don't want any chewing gum right now.
Him saying the stream looks good. Awesome. Very good. So I think I got a pretty intense interview in for a local affiliate out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I feel like that I was articulate, and I feel like that I wasn't trying to gin up emotion, but some emotion came up, and I had to fight back some tears on the topic. Because as I was telling them, I don't know if you got to see the interview, but my statement was about why I came, why I drove 22 hours to get here, and it's because I was raised by the greatest generation. These men gave all gave some, and some gave all. When I was a kid, every member of the greatest generation were all combat veterans. If you met an old man with whiskers, with gray whiskers, he was a combat vet. He'd actually gone over there. He saw his buddies die for our rights. And so I feel like now that my whiskers are gray, that if I let this tyranny go unchallenged, if I don't make my voice be heard, then I will be disappointing, letting down those men. I think they're looking down on my generation and shaking their head at us because we've not done enough. Us gray-bearded men have not done enough to stop the tyranny and to defend our rights in our own country. And unfortunately, we may be a generation that has to rise up to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. They fought a foreign war. We may have to fight a domestic one. But I decided never to. I'm not going to be an armchair warrior. Yeah, I could be sitting there with radar wrapped around my feet watching all this on television. But instead, I sucked it up, Buttercup. And I think I did something that would have made the old Marine proud. I think I would have made the old Marine proud. I think he would have told me, son, you're crazy for going, don't go. But as soon as I told him I'm going anyway, he would have been highly proud of me.
Good looking out.
We got police coming through. Oh, they're bringing drinks. Hey, these guys are serving their brothers, bringing them some cold drinks. How many there? That rocks right there.
So many people.
I like cops. I just shoot better than they do. I've been in a lot of shooting matches with cops.
Thousands and thousands.
They're too busy doing the hard work to actually get to play with their guns as much as we do.
Go back the other way. Go back. Oh my goodness. Wow. Hey, we got back.
Yeah, like I was saying, all the police I've seen here are all Virginia State Police, Richmond Police. They're all locals. I've not seen ATF. I've not seen the FBI out here. Now maybe they're up there on the rooftops. I don't know, but down here on the street, it's all local Virginia police.
Like it's just so uncomfortable to walk through these people.
We have the government to thank for this. Proud to get
Woo! I'm getting pushed. There we go. That cane. I'm gonna get sued over my cane. It's gonna like break somebody's pinky toenail, and then they're gonna get litigious with me. I'm gonna start leaning on it. Actually, I should probably.
It's pretty cool. I need it.
I just realized my right leg's asleep. I should probably do something about that.
Move it a little.
Whew. Feeling my age.
Are you kidding me? Put the big Ricky down there.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons too that everyone's coming to this particular rally is that Virginia has historically been one of the strongest defenders of our freedom. That let's leave this guy. Check this guy out. I guess I'm just deaf enough. I can't really hear those bullhorners very good. What's that?
Don't you have your glove?
Oh, I do, but then I can't. I have to take it off to touch the screen.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, touch screens don't work with gloves. So I'm just letting my right hand go numb. What's up, Dusty from Vegas? Hopefully this will not turn out anything like that deal in Vegas. That's my big fear, is that, you know, we're kind of all like, we couldn't really get away, you know. We just have to get behind these concrete balls. That's why I'm leaning on a concrete ball. Hey, you want to get that your phone out? Tell me how cold it is now?
I get a signal.
It's really cold. Yeah, that's definitely not Alex Bullhorn, it's somebody, but he's wearing a hat like Elmer Fudd and a schmog. When? Where? Oh, where? They're going to be up there somewhere in the goat pen. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see them. We should be able to hear them though, because I've heard the music while they were setting up. It's 29 degrees. It's not really getting any warmer. It's 29 degrees.
Went up by 1 degree.
Yeah, I'm bleeding over on Portland Andy's feet. I'm a big mouth, man. I'm bleeding on everybody's feet. That's why I don't know any YouTubers. They can't stand next to me because I'm on their feet. Oh, look at this. Okay, sorry. That was my phone that knocked me off then. Recently, some kind of malware got in my phone, and sometimes it just takes over my phone. And Sage's multicast, right? Yeah, it's getting hot in the governor's office. I would bet the governor's nowhere near this.
He wants to put on blackface.
I'm sure the
Probably
governor...
go hide to relax himself, him and the Prime Minister of Canada. Probably have secret
Can you guys hear
meetings,
this?
like blackface Bohemian Grove.
Blackface Bohemian Grove meetings. Oh my goodness. Well, they're saying the picture's really clear, so I'm going to give you all a little spin around to see how many people are here. Just in the area I'm in it's ridiculous. We're packed in here like sardines.
The most disgusting thing about North...
As far as the eye can see behind us.
I was going to say the most disgusting thing about Northam is his indirect support of abortion and selling the baby body parts.
Yeah, that's the thing that AJ's just worn out on his channel for sure. Yeah, where are all the white supremacists? I want to report from ground zero at the Capitol. I've not seen a single rebel flag. I've not seen a single whatever that white cross with a circle sign is for the white supremacists.
Does this.
You know, everybody here, and I've seen quite a few African Americans in the group. There was a black guy here just a minute ago that had a sweet AR. I wanted to talk to him about it, except I'm kind of stupid about ARs. It just looked really cool. It might even have had a suppressor on it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. I like that sign, man. Cool sign. Well, I guess there's a tax protest there. High gas taxes, a tax on the poor. Yeah, I'm not big on, that's the big difference between me and the high hat guy, is I'm not about getting up in cops' faces. I really feel like that I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. They should be on our side. If they're not, that's between them and God. And but down here, if you're not on our side, you better be quiet. That's what I say. You're not on our side. You better keep it to yourself. Yeah, now that's a police chopper. That's not a news chopper, I don't think. 'Cause I don't see the big 4 on the side. I got some binoculars in my bag.
I forgot to bring mine.
I always bring them, but
Everybody else has a right to their opinion. They just don't have a right to take our rights.
that's true. They have a right to their opinion.
They have a right to their opinion.
But if they should keep it to themselves if they don't want to hear our opinion back.
I don't mind if they have a different opinion. I don't mind at all.
You recording or streaming because the bandwidth here sucks?
I've been live streaming for 2 hours and 2 minutes now.
I don't know how you got the bandwidth.
Well, my ex-wife pays the phone bill, and she's a retiree from AT&T, so maybe I'm getting a special AT&T retirement thing.
Good deal from an ex-wife. How did that before?
You must have treated her good.
I refuse to answer that one. I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Particularly government drones. So I've flown government drones, and those.
Well, there's a drone right there.
Yeah, no, I saw a drone earlier. Yeah, there's a drone right above us.
That's a DJI Mavic Pro.
Listen to this guy talk about drones.
It's a civilian drone. You can buy it at Best Buy. They got 4K cameras. They can see all.
He's saying that this is a civilian drone, which I thought there was a drone ban here. Hey, maybe some other drone will come out of nowhere and shoot it down.
The helicopter's getting close to it. Look.
Yeah, exactly. So they got
the helicopter is engaging this helicopter is engaging this drone. They're gonna shoot this drone down, man. He's gonna drive into this drone and knock it out of the sky or something.
Don't
Look at
drop it
that.
on us.
Whoa, there's 3 helicopters. Can you guys see this? Man, it seemed like that helicopter was getting really close to that drone. And there was a guy here that seemed to know what he's talking about drones, said that's a civilian drone. It looks like just a regular quadcopter you can get from Walmart, you know. That definitely is going to change the future of any kind of conflict is the technology. You know, if there is some kind of civil war boogaloo, we're gonna, thanks again, Mujo, appreciate the super chat, thank you so much. But yeah, I'm thinking that any future engagements are going to be very different because of drone usage. And drone warfare and anti-drone warfare are going to be a big part of any future conflagration, whether it happens here or someplace else.
You know what? I think it's starting.
Is something starting?
Yeah.
All right. This guy's got a nice camo job on his AR up there. I don't know if you can see that. You got the steel plate that I left in the trunk because it's too heavy. Oh, ceramic? Good, yeah. Mine's AR 500 steel. AR 550, it's heavy.
I wonder if the Delaware
Yes, there is
Patriots
one
are-
person with a 50 caliber Barrett here, Dusty, according to my friend Vinny here, my wingman, video
Yeah, I have
wingman.
photos of it. He was here earlier.
Cool. You have to
over there.
You have to send them to me, and I'll put them up as a post. You know, not right now, but
Okay.
at some point. I'll probably do that tonight. If you send them to me. If you send them to me now, I'll probably forget.
Yeah. I tried to do a video selfie and I forgot to turn the video on. But I did get a little snapshot.
Yeah. Yep, I feel pretty good. There's another big guy here with me, and you know, I was coming out here totally as a lone wolf, totally solo. So I'm glad I decided to trust somebody. You know, I just kind of listened to God about that, and I knew I had to trust somebody, and you know, he kept telling me call me on the live stream, and I knew he emailed me and sent me. Thanks, Bayonet. I know that he had emailed me and sent me his phone number, so I went ahead and called him last night because I was in a strange town by myself, and I thought, well, maybe we get a cup of coffee or something. So we had pancakes at IHOP. We had breakfast for dinner last night.
Yeah.
And you know, we're fast friends. If we lived close together, we'd be good buds, I'm sure. Well, being pushed over, got a bad knee. Hang on. I get both feet on the ground. That's one thing about a bad knee. You shove me in the right direction, and I'm struggling to stay on my feet. Have I seen any other YouTubers? I know they're here. I saw Portland Andy. I met Portland Andy. And then I know that just right over there is high impact, but I'm not trying to get anywhere, to tell you the truth.
It's so crowded.
It's so crowded.
Maybe when this spin out a little.
It's so crowded, and I got this bad knee. And like I said, shove me in the right direction. See me dance. Tangled up.
We seem to be right in the middle of the stream of traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying we should move. I just noticed like both sides.
Well, we are in this. This is the main approach to the front gate, so we kind of are
okay.
in the.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh, those aren't mine. Someone's abandoned them. I mean, if you want to support a sign, there's some free signs down there. It says crowded crazy. This is worse than Mardi Gras, honestly, because everybody's sober. At least in Mardi Gras, everybody's drunk and limber. They're jamming high impact feeds. I don't know. I just know that there's a ton of congestion here. What's behind us? Oh my gosh. There's a picture. Can you see the picture of Ralph with dressed as a Nazi?
JR.
They got the governor dressed up as Hitler in a picture. That's awesome. Too funny. Where do I go to pee? Well, since I only had about a half a cup of lukewarm coffee this morning, I haven't had that need. So right now I'm good, but thanks for mentioning it. Now I probably have to because you put it in my head. But
I had a 20 ounce. I had to run twice already.
Me and that and the cane. Every time I move it, I need to get a string. Future lessons, learning lessons for future events. I need a retractable cane that I can just fold up when I get into the situation.
I got it. You get it?
Is the turnout what I expected? Honestly, I couldn't imagine what it would be like. I've not really been in a crowd with 50 to 150,000 people, but I will say this is definitely the biggest crowd I've ever been in. And I've been to Disney World on a holiday. I've been to all the Portland rallies. I've been to some big concerts. You know, I was at Farm Aid. This is the biggest deal I've ever been to for sure. So yeah, the turnout is probably bigger than I could have imagined, honestly. I feel safe here. There's just so many people here that we've got each other's back. I mean, if you were in the middle of an army of like-minded people, wouldn't you feel safe? You know, either you trust the people around you or you don't. There's that Führer Ralph picture. Let me see if I can get a picture of it now. Oh, he turned it around. When I turned it up, he turned it around. Ralph, they're Führers.
It's cold, man. I'm coming from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't have anything to help you with either. I'm wearing every bit of clothes I own.
You know, I don't. I'm not asking. I didn't expect it to be so cold. That's all. It's crazy.
Listen, I'm not worried about facial recognition software, people. I have a YouTube channel. I use my real face. This is not software sucks.
They're always pushing that, right? They're just pushing.
Well, you got to have your face in the database. In other words, they have to take a picture of you, name you, and put it in a database.
Until they get that, it's like the DNA database.
How long am I going to be in this crowd, Cheyenne? Probably until this thing is over.
I just really quick, I watched ID Channel, all those shows,
and
about 20 years ago,
where I'm at.
It was a famous
I got in as far as I could before this.
They needed a finger. They had a fingerprint, so they checked.
So and behind me now, where I came in, you can see there's no way out. I'm here
on that TV show.
Just remember, if something bad happens, bury me in Texas, give my house to my kid,
they had a new,
and I guess
El Paso County. Make a long story short, they reopened the case, and the guy, the veteran,
give my
Lou
house
Smith,
to
passed, I think, Colorado Springs detective.
Welcome, Nathan from
He
Australia.
found out
Welcome to the
they were
Sage
shocked
Wanderer
that
channel.
when they ran the database,
You'll have to look at
they
my
didn't know there were
catalog of
multiple
videos and
fingerprint
I'm a
database.
storyteller.
It never occurred to the cops.
I'm a gun guy,
that
so
they
the
should
story led
all
me
the
here.
databases. So I don't know how the system works, but apparently at the time they looked at
Hey,
one
Susie,
or two
welcome
databases,
back.
but there was like dozens of
I
other
never
databases.
really have lost the stream.
They had the
It's
guy's
been interrupted,
identity
but
right
the stream's
there.
I've not had
but
to
it was
restart the
almost 20
stream.
years
I've
later
just had to
before we
reconnect
figured
a couple
out.
times.
The camera
Right
turned
now,
to be
I'm
like
at
right
2
down the
hours
road
and
from the
11
girl.
minutes
Yeah,
on
they
this
can do
stream.
it. If they get you stuff.
So this battery I'm plugged into is supposed to be
It's
3
amazing.
times.
Well, you know, I mean,
I'm
I
supposed to be able to charge my phone 3 times.
Look at facial recognition technology and stuff, and it just, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's about out. I'm going to switch batteries.
Your camera has to be at exact angles, and they got to get the exact.
I hate that cane. I'm going to I'm gonna throw it away. I'm gonna throw it away and lend it back.
Unless you really actually need it.
I need to get my bag here so I can switch batteries. Go ahead and let go. I need to leave it back. There we go.
You want me to hold their?
Yeah, be the cameraman for a minute. See, I'm changing my bag.
Maybe I can. Try to show the crowd. I'm going to get one of these.
Get a better one than this one.
Okay.
I only spent $5 on this one. It's the cheapest one. Oh, thank you. See you later. Thank you. You guys headed home? Yep. All right. All right. We'll see you. Thank you.
Well, we're not going to hear that. We can't hear them speak of it. It's probably good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, someone will have a video on YouTube.
I guess they're talking. You know, that's the thing. If you're trying to, I imagine there's people in the goat pen that have probably a better live stream for what's being said from the podium. I came here knowing that not only am I not going in the goat pen, I'm kind of deriding the people that are going in the goat pen, because when you go in there where they're banning guns, you're telling Northam that you agree with his right to ban guns in that area. If I were running this thing, I would have told everybody to stay outside and surround the area, move your speakers to the edge of the chain link fence, and nobody go in as a form of protest. Nobody go into the gun-free zone. I mean, it's like you're rewarding this guy for banning guns by going in there, but that's my opinion. Everybody's their own person, they can do what they want, but I surely wouldn't go in there because of this message it sends to Northam that he, you know, it's respecting his authority to ban guns around the Capitol, and I don't think he has that authority. The acts of love, thank you. I don't know how I got here. It's, you know, that's the thing about destiny. I told you I felt like I was feeling this feeling of destiny propelling me here, and you know, I don't know how I got here. It's like I said, 1 minute, you know, it seems like a minute ago I was minding my own business in my shotgun shack, and the next thing you know, I'm 1,300 miles away covering something like this. So, man, that sounds to me like we got a helicopter like right over us. Yeah,
this is safe.
One of those police helicopters is right on top of us. I'd move and let people through, but I'm pinned to the giant concrete and steel ping pong ball. I'm leaning on the giant ping pong ball. It's like Target. These are the same balls that are out in front of Target, except they don't have they're not red, right? The Target balls are red. Are they gonna drop extra ammo, right? Well, if anything drops out of the helicopter, I'm covered. I'm covered. Check it out. It only looks like a ball cap. It's a helmet.
That's big enough.
Yeah, you need to drop some coffee and donuts. Make me want some coffee. I did. I got like a half a cup of coffee this morning. I'm completely jazzed on adrenaline alone. Fox News is covering it? Yeah. So I guess if you want to see what they're saying, they probably got a Fox News cameraman right there inside. You can watch that on regular TV. Start a chant. I'm not the start the chant kind of guy. I'm more like the report on the chant kind of guy. Woo! Man, the cold is coming. The wind is my goodness. My goodness, man, I'm so glad that all my firearms are properly secured. I'm getting touched all over, not in a good way.
We're all here for the same reason.
I hope. I like to see
Well, guys, I'm already doing better. Oh, there's a guy from a van in Bellingham. Go down by the river, then you can be in the van down by the river. They're chanting, "Lock him up now."
It's like, I don't know.
Or is it lock her up? I don't know who they're trying to lock up. Probably
I
Northern.
don't watch it all the time, but if I won't use, that's what I'm going to use.
Yeah, Fox. I'm starting to like.
Well, D. White, I said on a previous live stream that your choices on this thing is to stay outside and protest or charge the fences. You know, just push the gates down and come on in. But you know, I'm choosing the less violent method. I'm not going to accept the gun ban by going in there, but I'm also not going to storm the gates either. You know, it's I'm being the most rebellious that I can be without being criminal. How's that? Yeah, I want peaceful. We all want peaceful.
He may have already said he was a black guy walking through the park. He said, "Make room, I'm coming through with blackface." Everybody just got laughing.
I'll tell you who they need to lock up, the Almighty. The Almighty says they need to lock up the whole state legislature. They need to lock up whoever let the system elect these folks. Right? So these people were elected. There's a lot of people, and not just conspiracy theorists, who are saying that this election was bought by Bloomberg, and that the money they poured into this got the useful idiots to get out to the polls and put these communists in power here in Virginia. And that the real people, it kind of slipped in under their nose, that they kind of got stuck up on. And so I'm thinking that if you're going to arrest some folks, let's find out who's behind it, and maybe Bloomberg's or Soros's name comes to the top of the list. But you know, the bottom line is we will not comply. That is the message being sent today from Virginia to the legislatures in all 50 states. We will not comply with unlawful, illegal gun grabs. And you know, if you want to come to our house and take them, well, then that's on you. That's on you. If you want 1776 to commence again, come for our guns, right?
That's how
They're trying to figure out how my feet's still working. I'm telling you, I think it's because it's because my ex-wife is a AT&T retiree. They're giving her special bandwidth, I think.
They want to fulfill their fantasy of being male by having careers. You know what I've come to realize? I like to play short tails. Very generic conclusion. Steve, I said,
Freezing. My face is numb. I think the speeches have started. We're far enough away, I can't really hear them. I've heard conflicting reports on the sound system here. Some people have said that the sound system was weak and it was provided by the government, and they intentionally gave them a tiny little sound system that couldn't get the job done. But then I heard that they've got a bigger, better sound system, but it's not enough to cut through all of the water bags. That's what we call it in pro audio. Venues filled with people are big, are filled with giant water bags, right? And it just soaks up the sound. So I don't know how, I can't hear what's going on up there. I hear that there's some kind of speaking, but I can't tell what they're saying. Once again, I didn't come for that show. I came here to show you guys what's going on outside the gate, really. Because that's what matters, honestly, to me, is all of these armed people are here, and they're here to say you can't get away with this. We're not going to let you do it. We are the Second Amendment.
I don't hold punches with guns. I don't have time to be political. And I'm sick of the fact,
You still got side up
at the end of the day, they want the government, these power players.
Thanks, Annalisa. I appreciate that. Or Annalise, thank you. My pleasure. Yeah, nobody's disarming me. They can't even pull my pistol out and stick off with it because it's locked in the holster. I like retention holsters. In this kind of situation, I can see why cops have them.
Father, mother, children. Why does mother? Right. Why does the mother have to vote? I'm just throwing that.
Hey, Staten. Man, Staten's a beautiful town. There's a big event there at Staten. The tractor pull. It's some kind of I don't know. I played that 4 years ago. My band, the Rock and Roll Cowboys, played that big event there in Staten. Know Staten very well. Yeah, we're living John Teeter's timeline, Blazing Blazer. I believe it. This is the country folk versus the city folk for sure. Power does come from the barrel of a gun. It's just logic. I haven't seen too many ARs in this crowd. I'll tell you where the ARs are mainly at is on the edges. This is where there's every corner coming in here for a couple of miles in every direction had stations of militia. They looked to me like militia with full battle rattle. And they were like perimeter control. Exactly, MKG. It's perimeter control. Woo-wee. Every once in a while, some of that cold wind that's whipping these flags around you see behind me gets through these people and hits my face. And yeah, it disables my tongue for a minute. My face is freezing up. Here we go. It's the schmog.
They have to make money.
Oh yeah.
329 likes and 4 dislikes. People say I'm likable, but they haven't asked my exes.
But the ride is much better.
Except for one, all my exes live in Texas. And that's why I'm here in Virginia. Southern Oregon, Jeff. You know, I was my high school wild crazy party time was in Medford there as a teenager.
Who knows what they have to do with it? I don't think anything.
I think from everything I've been absorbing, the state police came out and said, hey man, we didn't tell the legislators to ban guns. You asked us how we would implement it. And then the legislators, they put the ban out.
Israel. We got Sinalats watching from Israel. Welcome to America through this, well, like my dog says, that window to nowhere. Yes, my dog talks. Only in my videos, but he does talk. Yeah, if I was Antifa, I would not show up here. They better put on a MAGA hat just so they fit in.
Just say this really quick.
Thank you, Blue Bottle Bunny. I haven't heard from you in a while, man. Good to hear you. Dig your songs. I call you man. I know you're not a man, but it's like generic, like dude.
Well, they kept asking me, is America ready?
Yeah, you have some good songs.
You know, what I thought about Hillary and all this other stuff. And I didn't want to answer. I finally, that jet.
Wow. Where are you going?
I just unfiltered. I said, you know, the most important job a woman could have.
I'm gonna get out of your way. What about that?
I mean, really, all this is. What is this insane? I mean, we're just here to make a statement. You know, this is making a statement. Hey, anybody watching mainstream media, are they showing exactly how many people? How many people are here? Hey, Deborah, how old are you? If you're my age, we might have dated. She's from Medford.
I got here about 8:15.
You would take that.
Almost nothing on mainstream media. Well, you're getting the real scoop from Sage Wanderer here at Ground Zero in the Capitol. Hey, that guy's got a Yellow Boy strapped to his back. I love those. Those Henry repeating rifles. My cane again. My cane's got a light.
No, I dropped it that time.
Oh, okay.
Take a turn.
Thanks, Annalise. I appreciate it. I'm going to need some coffee when I get out of here. In fact, if I decide to move from this position, it will be for the sole purpose of finding hot, steamy beverage of some sort. I was going to bring a coffee, but I knew I couldn't handle. Hey, there's looks like an AR. Yeah, that's an AR.
Yes, sir.
AR full battle rattle here with this is Patriot. So there's a few down here. This guy walking past me.
Sage, I don't know, but since we're not really.
Thanks, Kit Kat. Love you back. Kit Kat. Kit Kat, that's right.
Nice. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, 404 likes, and I don't show the dislikes on my feed for some reason.
People are leaving. This is
It
kind
seems
of
like
good.
people are starting to head out, and I think maybe the cold weather's got to them. All right, I may gear back up and try to move because some of the congestion around me has loosened. People are moving. So maybe I'll try to get to some other area other than just this area right in the front. maybe we can get some. Thank you, Eggle. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Santana. Carlos Santana, one of my favorite guitar players of all time.
You like him better than Joe Satriani?
Yes, because Joe Satriani's awesome.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's an awesome guitar player. But I mean, in my opinion, no one can play guitar better than Roy Clark. Roy Clark was the best guitar player that ever lived, if you ask me.
You got that right.
Because he could play the fiddle and the banjo and the mandolin. You know, I think he played the piano too, but probably not on TV much. I play 12 instruments myself.
We're distantly related to him.
Oh, are you?
Really? Well,
Yeah.
what a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's funny. The chances of that.
to Roy Clark?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Cousins, long lost cousins.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, John Carter, one of the talent scouts for Nashville, came to the little town I grew up in Oregon and tried to recruit me to put me on hee-haw. And when I was a little kid, and my dad wouldn't let me go. Mainly because he had a history with John Carter and they were not friends.
It would have been fun for you, though.
Yeah, well, not really. You know, I met another guy named Greg Perkins, who's now a producer in Nashville, but I met him years ago, and he was in a band, a big band that had a hit at the time, and he grew up on hee haw, and Lulu Roman was his tutor and helper and everything. And he got hooked so bad on cocaine it ruined his life. Like he had the traditional child star thing happen to him, and I avoided that because I spent my life in church. Nice talking to y'all. So is Amanda Chase the one that said that they were planning to label us all as militia people?
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about her. I know she's on our side, but if that doesn't happen, her credibility's gone downhill.
What she's saying is, if anything happens...
You want to be on camera?
I don't care.
Okay, cool.
If anything happens and you're wearing a militia emblem or 3% emblem, they're going to label you as domestic terrorist because that's their goal.
Well, that's unconstitutional, and it's guilt by association.
But that's the dirty game they play.
I can't remember which law it breaks, but it breaks one. I know
The whole
that.
thing is unconstitutional. They don't care about the Constitution.
They don't.
We're about to make them care, don't you think? That this is what this is about, making them care.
You know,
We care.
Mike
They should care.
Bloomberg thinks he bought and paid for Virginia. He needs to get a refund.
Right? Right.
And hopefully we'll stand our ground. And
Well, he bought that hill, but that seems to be the only area he owns.
Did you hear recently Bloomberg? I didn't hear it. Someone told me. I heard it on YouTube. That Bloomberg had made a comment to the effect that he's willing to spend up to $2 billion to change the Second Amendment, whatever. I'm not sure the wording.
He told the paper that he owns he doesn't want any positive thing about Trump. Wants him digging into everything.
I heard that. Yeah.
And nothing bad about Democratic candidates.
Yeah.
You know, it's all
It's so blatant. It's like propaganda, just right there in your face.
He's got enough money where he thinks he can do what he wants.
And when you watch him, and I don't hate the man.
That's kind of what all rich people feel like, though. They feel like their money buys them the right to tell us what to do.
Oh, he bought Northam.
It's the old rule thing.
You look at Northam, he doesn't have a spine. He doesn't, like, I don't see any honor in Northam. I don't see any, yeah, he's a puppet. I don't see any honor in his demeanor. I don't see any integrity.
And this whole thing about, what he's done, it's all against the Constitution.
Yeah. I don't know what they think is going to be the final outcome from their point of view.
Part of it is I think they're using this as a way to get a few laws passed that are gun related to get their foot in the door. But see, by putting the Second Amendment at the forefront, he's taken away from they put a bill in session right now that gives the governor's term from 4 years to 8 years.
So no one's paying attention to that.
And they also want to give all our votes to a national popular vote. See, all
right,
that
that's
stuff.
doing away with the electoral college.
Right. So by doing all that, he's trying to slide that in by doing the Second Amendment thing where it's very open. And he's sneaking that in the back door.
And they're also trying to give rights to vote to the mentally ill, convicted.
They take away parents' vote right as far as
Why, from my observation, the NRA really has been almost mute. I mean, they've come out and done a few things, but I don't see that they're really at the forefront of standing against this situation.
The NRA, unfortunately, is more of a lobbying and a lawsuit type group.
I think they're more of a $1,000 suit, spend our money on themselves kind of organization. I'm sorry, I've recently defended the NRA, but my big question is, where are they? Are they here? Where are they? What did they do about this? They bought a couple of billboards at the last minute. You know, why weren't the lawsuits flying? Where are the lawsuits now?
And I've been saying for years the NRA could have called a meeting, a rally in Washington, D.C. We want 1 million people to show up on XYZ date, and people would have done it, and I would have said, okay, NRA has credibility, but they won't do that.
Well,
so they're trying to piggyback off of this.
Unfortunately, I feel that this day and time, people are so immune to news and don't get their news from proper outlets. They depend on the mainstream media, and unless it's affecting them directly, they don't care.
Yeah,
it's not worth their time
They're
to
asleep
get off
at the wheel.
Exactly.
They're zombies.
I mean, when Northern's gas tax and the other things hit, and it starts to affect their pocketbook, then they're going to complain. But by then, it's too late.
Right. Because, you know, they're sneaking it in on us. It's the boiling frog thing.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, like I say, they're using the Second Amendment as a buffer because everybody cares about the guns here in Virginia, and he knew this was going to happen.
Do you really think he knew it was going to be this big, though? Because I kind of knew it was going to happen, but I had no idea it was going to be this big.
I'm surprised.
I've been to some Portland rallies. I've stood toe-to-toe with Antifa. It's called them communists to their faces. And I've never been involved with anything this big. This is ginormous compared to anything I've ever seen before, honestly.
It really is.
It's overwhelming, this little city, I'm sure.
And there's more and more coming, too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's constant people coming in.
And if you think about it, he made it hard for people to get here by closing the downtown parking decks.
Yeah, I made a video about that last night. It seemed like he used the entire system to try to thwart us.
Yeah.
You know, this from streets and parks and recreation and all of it, that the entire city and state government here is working tirelessly to prevent this from ever happening. But you can't stop the American people. We're just not going to lay down. That's it. You can't stop us. We're willing to drive 22 hours straight through from Fort Worth, Texas to be at this thing. So there you go. That's my story.
I was going to say, if you look at the demeanor of the state police and all of them, they're all laid back. So you know they don't have any intel. There's no intel in their mind that there's something really going to happen.
These guys are
even if something did, they don't have enough firepower for what's here.
Well, not even that. They're not looking to use the firepower.
They've taken the same oath. So, you know.
That's true, but I'm just suggesting if there was real intel and they knew about it, that there was something credible going on, their demeanor would be different.
Right, they'd be more on guard.
It's not that they're thinking something against us.
They see the stuff that we see, and you know, I know quite a few state troopers. These guys are awesome. The city police are awesome. They, I don't know if you saw the sheriff's back there with the thing, we support the Second Amendment.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's standing back here.
I'll have to go back and see if there's somebody can find him.
The sheriff himself is back there.
From this county?
No, not from Richmond. I forget what county they're from.
Yeah,
but he's got plain
Bristol. I talked to a sheriff deputy in Bristol.
Yeah.
And the reason I even was talking to him was I was having breakfast at Cracker Barrel, and I heard him say he had a T-shirt made that says "My governor's an idiot."
And they're selling those too. They're selling those.
But I had a long conversation with him, and he was very not just supportive. Well, he had a very interesting idea that we should assign 1 point to every autonomous city. You have autonomous cities here, and then every county, and they all get 1 point. And you have to have the certain number of points. I think he had the math all worked out. It's like an electoral college, but for the state of Virginia.
Well, that's been suggested.
Are you guys Virginians?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you. I've been asking the Virginians that I meet this question. Let the USA champ pass for a second. But the question I want to ask you is, West Virginia has, the assembly there has said that the counties that are sanctuary Second Amendment counties are welcome to join West Virginia. Would you be opposed to denouncing your Virginia citizenship in your county and joining West Virginia and becoming part of a larger Second Amendment state?
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. But I was born in Virginia. I'll probably die in Virginia.
Well, you'll still be in the same spot. They'll just put a W in front of it.
I'd rather stay here and try to change things.
I mean, it would be, so you're against the state stepping out from the government.
I'm not against it.
You want your own government to right itself, I understand.
Correct.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
We're not opposed to that.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a couple of great statespeople here. Amanda Chase, she's senator. You got Nick Freitas, he's a representative. John McGuire, he's a representative. Yeah, I got Mr. McCagg. He's running for Congress.
Well, the West Virginia legislature would need great people like them.
Well, you got to realize Nick is a former Special Forces soldier. John McGuire is a former Navy SEAL.
Right.
McCragg is a former Special Forces officer. He's also former Undersecretary of Defense.
Listening to you answer that question about Virginia succeeding parts of it to West Virginia, it sounds like you would be in favor of the concept of we have to make a stand and protect what is already ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this is a problem. Like people say they're tired of California, so they leave California, or they leave XYZ state, or let's succeed. We have to stand and face these people as they attempt to do their criminality and infringe and dominate. And I just think it's wrong to keep running. Eventually, we're going to run out of places to run.
Exactly. I mean, if you don't like where you're at, you don't like what's happening, change it. Do what you need to do. And follow the laws. Hold politicians accountable.
Right.
I mean, that's all you can do.
I agree.
But what happens when the cities outnumber the country folk? Are we just, I mean, what do we do about that?
Well,
you know?
I mean, there has to be adjustments made, but
the Democrats wouldn't be in the office if these people didn't vote.
Well, you know, it's the...
I think a lot of people are just afraid to make a stand.
Well, we need to cut down on immigration because, I mean, Northern wants to bring more immigrants. What does he want to bring them there for? He wants
so he can continue to have his
Exactly.
reign of power here.
Exactly.
That's it.
And if these people don't like where they're at so much, why don't they stay there and change it instead of trying to come here and change us?
Right. Well, like the saying that's going around Texas, don't California our Texas, because so many Californians are moving there.
You know, Texas is a great state. Any state that's got a city called Cut and Shoot, I love it.
There you go.
I heard some of these current, I don't know when it happened and who's who, I don't know much about the Virginia government, but some of the people in office now are originally from like New Jersey and other places, and they come down here with that mindset
It's the first
and want to
time,
change.
It's the first time in the history of Virginia that over 50% of the legislature is from out of state.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's absolutely
There's
crazy.
your problem.
Yep.
That's your problem right there.
But, you know, I mean, it's the first time in the history of Virginia.
That's crazy.
Other than when the founding fathers made Virginia, most of those were from Virginia. They were from England, so, but...
I wonder if Fox News would talk about that, point that out.
Man, that's an interesting statistic. Say that again for my viewers. More than 50%.
This is the first time in the history of Virginia that more than 50% of the legislators are from out of state.
And I'm a transplant.
They're transplants, so they're bringing their politics from other places and trying to force it on you.
I mean, if you look at the Second Amendment map of Virginia, the Second Amendment sanctuaries, the only places that aren't Second Amendment sanctuaries are Northern Virginia and certain other parts. Northern Virginia is what gave them their...
Fairfax and Alexandria.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got all the people from D.C. living there because it's cheaper than living in D.C.
Right. It's so fun that they're voting for gun control because I know a lot of people that work.
But not a single Democrat is in the office right now.
Yeah,
They're all
scared
safe
to
houses.
death. You know why they're scared to death? Because
They
not
know they're
because
wrong.
we're so dangerous. They're scared to death because they've done something they know is immoral and the hammer's gonna fall. They are fear from us, except they know that they've done something worthy of a butt whooping. And so they're afraid the butt whooping's coming, even when it's not, you know?
It's the same mentality when someone runs in a convenience store commit armed robbery. They don't want you to have a knife or a club or any tool. They want to disarm you so they can do what they want. It's the same mindset of some of these people in office.
I mean,
they just want to disarm so they can do and run talk.
The main thing that everybody needs to think about is they're not coming forth with any new ideas on how to stop criminals, only law-abiding citizens. Why is that? After 243 years, why would your country want to disarm you?
The agreement on my channel and what my channel is based on is that it's not by accident that they're doing this. They're using crime as an excuse to disarm people because there is a covert plan to institute unconstitutional communist concepts into our country. They want to get rid of the Constitution. They want to get rid of our rights because they're communists at heart and they're pretending to be Democrats. They're pretending to be Americans, but in reality, they've sworn allegiance to the Communist Manifesto.
You know, the funny thing about it is after all these years of them living in the United States, enjoying our rights and our families' rights, our children's children, you enjoy your freedom.
I didn't know. Okay.
Isn't he?
Well,
I have no idea.
No, Bloomberg.
I know he's outlived his useful.
Okay, Bloomberg 70
We're up there.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is that they've enjoyed their freedoms. They've enjoyed the right to live their lives. Okay, own guns, whatever they want to do. Now they're standing up and saying, hey, we can't have this. You guys can't have this. But they have armed guards.
And people like Bloomberg, based on his age, and Feinstein, they're about to leave this mortal coil, right? They're about to depart at some point.
Hopefully soon.
So they want to destroy it. They want to destroy it for us. We have to stay here. They're
And our children.
they're preparing
He
to
just wants
leave.
to be the leader. I mean, he wants to be in charge of everything. That's something he hadn't done yet. So.
Well, my channel's a little religious. We call that the Jezebel spirit of control. They want to control everything. It's control
We don't need
freaks
a
on
Hitler in
steroids.
modern times.
Well, and the thing is, this country unfortunately has bred a whole generation of Hitlers. That the left wing are totalitarian communists in their core belief system.
Oh, they are.
I think the greatest generation, the men who raised me, you know, that these people would be. They're rolling over in their graves right now that we've let people like this get in charge of our state governments, and people like Elon Omar and people like that are allowed to spout their communist manifesto and their hatred for the American way of life from our own state, our own federal government, you know, from our own Congress.
I mean, I've been asked why I was cutting it. Because I believe that we need to stand up, unite as one. Because, you know, it's united, we stand, we fall. You know, it shows, you know, that we're not going to lie down. Defend our rights, our children's rights, and the future. You know, and hopefully somewhere like
Would you say that the Republican Party has been a big part of why this has happened? I mean, think about it. When Trump came in, we had the Republicans. I'm an independent, but the Republican Party, the White House, the Senate, and what Congress. And there were a lot of things they could have done then when Paul Ryan was the Speaker of the House, and they just let things like H.R. 38, the National Concealed Carry Reciprocation. Some would argue we should follow the constitutional carry. I believe that's a step to get to constitutional carry. But right then, if you notice, the NRA, the Republicans, Democrats, and even Trump for the most part, let H.R. 38 die.
Well, I feel like Trump, he's picking and choosing his battles.
He's got a lot on his plate.
He does,
and
but
the whole
I
time
mean,
he's been in himself in
and look at all the good things he's done so far.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I don't agree with everything.
Less than 30,000 on the
The
stock
highest
market.
it's ever been.
It wasn't that long ago. It busted 10.
Did you see
That was
the U.S.-China agreement the other day? China agreed to purchase so much U.S. stuff. I mean, it's the largest amount in history.
Yeah, I mean, we need to do something about them because they were just buying this country. They were just buying it one block at a time.
If you don't mind, I want to get back
go
to
ahead.
So, okay, I'm not saying Trump, you know, it's really up to the Senate and the House to bring that bill to Trump. I'm not, I'm just saying they,
but I'm
all
just,
three. So why didn't the Republicans stand up? They literally, and the
Because they're
NRA
still-
just let it, they just ignored it and let it die.
I think the regular politicians that are in D.C., is like he said, it's a swamp. There's so many. I mean, look at Mitt Romney. I mean, he was running for president. He's a Republican, but his son is part of this Ukraine deal.
Biden.
Yeah, well, no, Romney.
Romney is involved in the same company.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that wants to go along with the impeachment.
Romney, whose theory was a different deal, but it's the same kind of corruption.
Pelosi, Romney, Biden, and there's one more. I can't remember who.
Unfortunately, there's been this deep. Here's the thing about it: it's not a Republican and a Democrat thing. It's a deep state and a constitutionalist thing. So the deep state doesn't care about the Constitution, and they, they're in both parties. They just tend to be more active in the Democratic side. But these rhinos you're talking about, they're part of this globalist. Yeah, they're part of this globalist ideology. And, disarming the American people is part of it. But these people get rich. They come into office middle class and they leave millionaires. Don't you think that should be investigated? Why are we investigating how come these people come into office poor and they leave rich? What's up with that?
I mean, Nancy Pelosi, what did she get? 100
drug tested either.
Yeah, that's right.
Pelosi, 100
acting look like that.
174,000 a year as a politician. She's worth millions.
Yeah, Pelosi, and then the thing with her son. What was that? Where he was made some sort of representative.
Burisma.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the same company. He's
Yeah.
he's in the Burisma company as
All,
well.
all four of those politicians' sons belong to the same company. You know, Mitt Romney.
What is that term?
It's obvious.
You-
It's obvious.
They used to be very popular, the appearance of impropriety.
Yep.
It's like you very rarely hear that anymore.
Oh, you don't, because it casts a shadow down on every one of them. But I tell you, if you really want to get a chance to interview somebody, Nick Freitas, if you can get him. Jerome Bell's running for Congress. He's a great guy. He's a former chief in the Navy. Mr. Craig, he's great. Amanda would be glad to. Amanda was kicked out of our Republican Party.
Really?
Yes.
So she's an independent?
Yes.
Interesting.
She's kicked out of what?
She kicked out for calling them on their corruption?
Yeah, they wouldn't even let her speak.
She had a disagreement with the sheriff of Chesterfield County, and it was over something that happened here at the Capitol, and she supported his opponent. Well, we happen to like the sheriff of Chesterfield County. He's a great man. And Carl Leonard, he's a good, upstanding person. But they had a tiff, and because she supported his opponent. Oh, she's a Republican in name.
Yeah.
She's a campaign as
Like
independent.
they're not letting her participate in the party. It's kind of what they're doing to Tulsi Gabbard, you know.
Right, exactly.
If she keeps talking, they're going to completely ostracize her from the party of the Democrats. Because, you know, even though she ain't a conservative by any means, but, you know, she's from Hawaii, but she is a veteran, and, you know, she at least has an open mind to see things without being, you know, so, you know, what is it? I don't know, just like biased. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, just totally, completely biased. She has an open mind at least.
Isn't Tulsi? I haven't heard her say these things. I've heard reports. Where does she stand on the Second Amendment? She's kind of.
I'm not sure.
From what I've read, she's kind of
She's in favor of the assault weapons ban, but I don't see how anybody that's ever been in the military would be in favor of seizing guns from American citizens.
And I have a problem
when you
with
get
that.
into gun seizure, and you talk to people that is among the most vicious and unwinnable things you have to do in war. It's where most people get shot up. It's not out in the open battlefield. It's in those inner city close quarter combat situations. So people with military backgrounds know that gun seizure is almost undoable, and it's suicidal. It's suicidal as a country to even try to do it.
Yep.
And I've said, you kind of hinted at red flag laws. So they take the fire. You get whatever the process is. They come and take a person's firearms. Okay. Are they going to take away the 5-gallon jug of gasoline and matches from that person? Are they going to take away the knives?
Well,
are they going to take away? My point is,
the answer is yes, they will. This is where it's headed, and the books that tell you how to mix that stuff up to make it lethal is next. That's where they're going
They have had farms openly in England for how long now? I mean, decades?
Yeah, it's been a while.
And yet they have the highest incidence of knife murders, knife assaults.
Their knife murders per capita is higher than our gun murders in America.
They're selling knives without points. They're selling flat-bladed knives.
Right. If you get caught in Great Britain with a kitchen knife in your purse or your pocket, it says you might as well have an assault weapon. They're going to hit you the same way.
And then the red flag law, is it Colorado or Oregon? Just passed their law and it's went into effect. They've already had, there's a lady whose son was killed by the police.
Oh,
and
Colorado.
It's Colorado.
I've lived in both those places recently, by the way.
Well,
Colorado and Oregon. She's
actually put out a red flag on the police officer that's charged that killed her son. And her son was attacking with a knife. And she stated that she was his wife. That he was dangerous. He's already killed their one child. And none of this is true. She's trying to get a red flag, and there's no perjury on the red flags.
So it's why when my relationship broke up in Oregon that I bolted back to Texas. Because I figured if I stayed there, you know, I've been through a divorce. I've been through divorces where a woman would say the wildest, most outlandish things. And now they've got she got when I got divorced from my first wife, she got a protective order against me just based on some stuff she totally made up, and I wasn't even aware. Well,
just imagine.
But this lady had no relationship. She was her son.
I know.
Was,
Totally red flag laws are the worst.
Yeah.
But say, just imagine you going for a new job. The person that's vying with you for the job knows you're going to get it. They call it a red flag hit on you. lose a job, lose whatever freedom you have for a certain period of time until you get exonerated.
Right.
And you know they receive nothing because there's no perjury.
If you are a true danger, why are you allowed to walk on the streets?
Well, see, but here's the thing: what is the main cause of gun violence? Mental health.
I would say you're wrong about that. I would say the number one reason for gun violence is gangs and drugs.
Well, I'm talking about
you're talking about mass.
Yeah, I'm talking about
tiny.
Suicide.
Right.
Suicides. That's the number one killer. It's 80%. What is it? 80% of the gun deaths in the U.S. Mental health. Treat mental health first. Spend the money on the mental health. People the help they need.
Well, and the problem with some of these new laws is that it stigmatizes people that have mental health issues. And so instead of getting the help, it urges them to not get help because it labels them and it stigmatizes them. You know, there are lots of people that don't want to lose their guns, so why should I go and talk about the voices, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, it needs to, I don't know. Taking the guns away is not the answer, and it's just a good way to end up in a big, a big boogaloo.
Well, and I would even throw this in there when they say a person's a convicted. I've always said, okay, so the person can't have a firearm. So why? You don't trust them? If you don't trust them, then why are they free?
Well, see, Virginia, actually, under Governor McDonald, gave numerous felons their rights back, and you can petition the state to get your right to firearm back. You know, you just have to. Matter of fact, we have an associate that is trying to get his rights back.
Yeah. I guess my whole point is to show that these laws are not for the purposes that they say. And they don't do
by no means.
Just by pointing out these obvious inconsistencies. And it's just like I think one of you said earlier, and it's so true. They're infringing on good people's rights, and people who've committed no crimes, and we're not intending to do any crimes, and they're just depriving us of our ability to have certain items that are protected and are God-given rights, and I just think it's wrong.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you safe in this location?
I feel safe as a bug in a rug.
Not just that. It's not just that guns are everywhere, but how often do you see people so polite and friendly?
An armed society is a polite society.
Years ago, I didn't mention this to you, I was in Washington, D.C. for something, and I went downtown to meet some friends, and I got out of the train station, and I walked a few blocks, and then there was a woman's march going on, mostly females. And this is like maybe 2004, 2003, and I started walking around, and the hostility that I was walking about 4 or 5 blocks past these women, I felt it. You know, their whole attitude when I walked by, they weren't friendly, they were shouting, and I thought, wow, and I always remembered that. So comparing that experience and what's going on now, it's a whole different mindset, a whole different spirit.
Do you want a snack or anything?
All right, guys, I'm back. That was a great conversation.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
Hey, thank you on behalf of my viewers. That was a great conversation. I appreciate it. You can see the video on my channel. I'm Sage Wanderer. Sage Wanderer on YouTube. All right, cool.
Be safe.
Pleasure meeting you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming
Nice talking to you guys. Be safe.
You too. Take care.
So it seems the crowd here is dissipating quite a bit, and I've got a little room to move around. I think I might. Let's make a motivation. I think honestly, yeah. Let's go someplace else.
I'm supposed to be used to the cold weather.
Right, you're from Pennsylvania. What's up with that? All right, you lead the way. I'll follow you. You can be my.
I'm thinking we go down, come back up around.
Let's do that. Okay, how's everybody doing? So this is a record. I'm pushing 3 hours live streaming here without an interruption. Apparently, according to the people watching, I have the most reliable YouTube stream that's being put out there today. That everybody else has lost their stream from time to time. Mine's been nonstop, and so Richmond, Virginia, to capture all the cool. So yeah, I think people are starting to spread around out a little bit, get some space. I think being crowded in like sardines, we're over that. Man, I'm telling you what, there's seven. Because I could go in there and get some coffee. my feet get at. I changed positions. It just had the most reliable screen because my position was a better position.
There you are.
Hey, first, second, third, 99, 100. I'm all of my rights, man. At the end of the day, that sign right there says everything I stand for. We got it. United. This is the best shooting gun rally.
It's the best you've seen at a gun rally.
Yeah, definitely. This is.
Doesn't that stuff feel good?
I'm glad I got out of the shade. It was awesome. I'm gonna sit out here and let the sun shine. Let the sun shine.
I was saying, for our brothers.
It's been a guy that likes to dress in black and his face is cold. I don't know. Oh. Okay. So I think I might let the live stream go here for a little bit. Find some lunch. I think this event is not over, but I think the most important part is has happened. We all came here. Our voices were heard.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
You want to see, because Scooch said he was over at night. We're going to see if we can go over there and maybe see if he's over
Yeah,
there.
I would like to run into some of those guys. I hope that we could set up some kind of meet and greet for YouTubers. That would be awesome. I was trying to find people in this crowd is something else. I think I'm going to have to adjust my gear too. I think I might have popped.
What do you need?
Yeah, you want to hold this for a second?
Yeah. Gear adjustment brought to you by Sage Wanderer.
I think it's 'cause of
right
this
here
backpack.
in Richmond, Virginia.
Right in the middle of the street. I'm hitching up my britches right here in the middle of the street. All right. Once again, God sent me a wingman to help me out. I greatly appreciate it. Just by the hand. All right, I'm rocking and rolling. Whew. Okay, so guys, tell me, what did you think about the event so far?
You on top of the roof?
Here's a view from where I was. I was back up that street there. You see the event still rocking.
The little tiny speakers.
Yeah, they should have got a real PA system, man. If I'd have been in charge of that, we'd be hearing everybody right now. I think I'm gonna have to find a spot to lean up or sit down or something. I think I'm running out of steam. Hey, for once, I ran out of steam before I ran out of battery. I'm gonna post up next to this trash can and lean on it for a minute. Pardon me. Where's a better place for white trash to lean up except on the trash can? I'll wear that title. I was raised in a trailer. I'm just a guy from a van down by the river. What's up, Lakeview, Arkansas? Need a hot pepper? That'd really get my nose running. I'll tell you, one of the things that I didn't really see in this area down here was just, and maybe, I mean, there's a few people with militia patches and whatnot down here, but maybe they decided not to do that. Well, this guy here, are you Antifa? No? No, he's not going to talk to me. He must be. He won't talk to you. He could just be not able to hear me. Oh, these are the left libertarians. This is like the John Brown gun club or something. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to this and I'll read this to you tonight, guys, on a follow-up. That in my pocket. That was a leftist militia right there that went by.
Oh, the guy just handing you something?
Yeah. Yeah, you want to read it? Here, check it out. I've just gone all day without coffee or breakfast or nothing, and I was just anxious to get down here. And I'm thinking I need a break here. That is quite amazing. Okay, it looks to me like it's breaking up. Is that what I'm seeing here, guys? It looks like the rally, the official rally. It looks to me like everybody's moving towards the exits. They're all going the same direction and moving out. So I think this rally is officially over as far as the proceedings go there at the Capitol. No, he said he asked me if he was Antifa, and he sent me a piece of paper, gave me a piece of paper that told me he basically was Antifa. So they're the armed arm of Antifa. My whole experience with Antifa is based out of Portland, and those guys are crazy. They're communists, and if it was up to me, I'd lock them all up because they're all criminals.
I'll hold it to you.
Buses are leaving at 2. What time is it right now?
I got 12. Well, it makes sense. It ends at 12.
Yeah.
So I think they only have permit to be up there. They have to leave at noon.
At noon. So yeah, it's always officially.
I'm going to grab one.
Yeah, let's walk. You want to walk towards the cars?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Well, the 7-Eleven, I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. If we can get some coffee, that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Thank you, sir. Help me out. You may not know it, but talking continuously for 3 hours straight is pretty exhausting. Just coming up with all that stuff to say. But I get the help of my friends.
It got so fucking cold, I was like, I got.
Yes, sir.
I already got one, thanks.
All right.
All right.
Welcome to 2020. I'll protect our Second Amendment.
It's closed.
It's closed. Of course it's closed.
What an idiot. What kind of idiot? I mean, that's so idiotic.
This guy's got a
2020, I'll protect our
Starbucks.
Second Amendment.
7-Eleven is closed. They lost all this money. Afraid of what?
Did you fly that in by drone?
What's that?
The Starbucks.
No, it's in the Omni Hotel.
Oh, okay.
In the lobby of the Omni Hotel, there's Starbucks.
You had to disarm to go in there, I bet, huh?
Well, if you're open area,
Right,
you
yeah.
cover it.
Sure.
Yeah, but just,
Right on.
I'm not going to want it, yeah. Which,
Yep.
should I will support our Yeah.
Crazy. They closed the 7-Eleven because of this. I guess they didn't want me in there. They're afraid to.
For 2020,
Okay.
I will support our and protect our Second Amendment.
Thanks, Michael, for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Maurice wanna play on marijuana.
Cool.
My whole platform is
Maurice
economic
He
reform.
has a YouTube phone. You want to talk?
Yeah, tell us what your platform is. This guy here is running.
Hey, how's it going, America?
Congress?
For President of the United States.
Future President of the United States.
My name is Maurice Reefer Warner. I'm running
Maurice
president.
Reefer Warner.
Yes. Reefer stands for Reach Each American Family Economic Reform.
Okay.
All right. My platform is economic reform, but I stand on the side of Constitution as a whole.
Okay.
I came out here because I thought that I heard that our Second Amendment rights were under attack in Virginia, and I wanted to see the premise and here to understand the positive and negative side of the community. So I decided to come in and get a first-hand view of it.
Well, wouldn't you say that this has been a very uniting event? That there are people here, like I just got handed a flyer from armed Antifa, essentially, that are here to support the Second Amendment as well and are behaving themselves appropriately.
I have met quite a few establishments since I've been here. Not all of them gave me their name as I met them, but the flyers and the banners that we see here are more unifying than I've ever thought I was. You know what I mean? From the news reports that you thought you was coming into a war zone or something dangerous.
Didn't we prove the mainstream media to be liars? We proved them to be liars.
You have definitely
proved all wrong.
You definitely proved that the mainstream did not have it right this time.
They did not have it right.
7-Eleven closed. How much money they lost? For what?
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of businesses that closed that lost quality money because they thought that this was going to be the death pool that that was projected, and it wasn't. And I was actually surprised, and I was actually, I was pleased by it. Especially I just ran into this the female group. I can't remember the name. They just ran into this group here, and to see that not only minorities are showing up, women are showing up. Say, hey, you know what? There's a fault in our conversation right now in this Second Amendment group. Okay, it's not.
The Constitution is for everybody, man. Every race, every creed, every color, every person in America. It's for all of us, and we should all stand together to defend it.
And this is where I hope that you guys stand with me come November 2020, and show the powers that be that we are training and arguing with is the same dark rhetoric of our separation and segregation. But the only separation and segregation is in the conversation. And once you come out to the communities,
narrative because I'm a musician and I've often been the only white guy in an all-black band. And you know what? I got way more in common with your average African American than I do with a rich white guy in Washington D.C. with a magic golden pen.
And that's the conversation that we need to have. Everybody need to understand that no matter what your race, your sexual, okay, the richest don't understand the confines of what they do when they put those pens to paper and write these construct or abstract laws and bylaws.
They're playing games that affect our daily lives, and it's game to them. It's a contest, you know.
It is. I attested it to being one of these things where I vote you in to do a job, but I don't want you to do everything, so I can have something to come in and do. You know, and that's what it feels like that our government gives us on a consistent basis, where we'll vote President Trump in. President Trump does X, Y, and Z to make us go, hey, he's doing something, but all the other stuff that we really need done is not being done because the powers behind him are saying, no, we don't want that done.
Yeah, we on this channel call that the deep state. The unelected bureaucrats that were there before him and will be there after he's long gone.
Yeah,
and they're the ones that really run this country, and we need to take the country back to the people and take it out of the hands of these people that are playing games with our lives.
And that's what I'm here for. That's what my campaign is about. My campaign is basically hoping that you will hear my voice, you will see me, you will meet me, and get to understand that our democracy cannot be hijacked anymore by the red pill, blue pill rhetoric of Republicans and Democrats. Okay, it's not. This is not Matrix. Okay, we need to get out of that conversation and that rhetoric. Hopefully, what I inspire is the American people following me and picking and showing the powers that are already elected. Your time is up.
Yeah,
we can't keep doing this. Now it's time for me to put people in place that are willing to do what we need done. You're not doing it, and we gave you 30 plus years to do it.
Right.
So they got to go.
Maurice, what state are you from?
I'm actually from. I apologize. I got a bunch of calls coming in. I'm actually from Ohio.
Okay.
Born and raised in Ohio, but I'm running out of Virginia. I'm now in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia right now. So I'm looking to run some events and things like that, network and go from there.
One of my favorite lead singers I played in the band with, and I'm still friends with him to this day, Willie Milbury. I don't know if he watches the channel or not, but he's from Ohio.
Okay.
So yeah, I got some good folks from Ohio. I met some good folks from there.
Listen, what I've known in the 42 years of my life is evil is in all races. Evil is in all religions. No matter what, no matter where you look, you can find evil.
Yep.
The point of the matter is, I'm gonna let evil become tyranny. And evil become tyranny.
Evil is tyranny when evil gets powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And as long as we let evil continue to feed off of power, the tyranny gets stronger. So now we need to cut their power and take back our country.
And I think this is a big step. I think that this is going to get underreported. It's going to get foo-fooed away. But those of us that were here, those of us who saw this on YouTube, we know that this is the biggest event of my lifetime.
Okay.
This is the biggest political event of my lifetime, I think. I mean, what do you think? This is big. I've not seen anything this big.
Well,
outside of DC.
Yeah, for the Virginia area, this is pretty big.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you get something that gets this much traction in the news and it brings this kind of crowd and we have this pleasant of an outcome, you know that our society is not as
absolutely. You're totally right. Awesome. Pleasure meeting you, man. I wish you luck in your endeavors.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
thank you very much. All right.
I think
Maurice Wanna, running for president 2020, vote for me.
Well, check out my channel. I'm Sage Wanderer on YouTube. Sage Wanderer. Sage, like the sage brush, or what you put, sage, what you put in sausage.
Yeah.
I can't. And then Wanderer with a Wanderer. Wanderer, like a Chevy one star.
Yeah, that's it. YouTube.
That's it. Yeah, you can check it out.
All right. All right. I'll open up my YouTube channel now. I'll send you a link.
Okay, very good.
Check me out on Facebook. Send me a Facebook request, and then that way I can remember everything.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I got a long drive.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, to my faithful viewers, I'm starting to fade. I am 52 this February, and and going without food and anything to eat or drink this morning is having its toll on me, and I'm wearing out. I just got to show this mega magazine. Look at how many rounds that thing holds?
That holds 20 rounds of 12 gauge.
That's a 12 gauge AR, isn't it? Oh. What would that do to a car? Man, I wasn't but a smoking pile of steel. Down in Texas, I let into an old car with pump action shotgun with 8 rounds of double aught buck, and you'd think a bomb went off in it.
This is 20 rounds of double aught.
Wow. That's a lot. That's 9 projectiles times 21. So that's 180, almost 238 caliber projectiles.
That's it.
How's that for math?
That's pretty funny.
That's a beast.
What do you think about this whole concept? They're always pushing.
Back in the day, I had a sub-second
When
reload.
someone
So it
asks me
didn't
that
bother me.
question, I always respond one answer. Let's say
Just one.
As many as it takes.
as many as it
That's
takes.
it.
I don't know. As many as it takes.
Yeah.
It can take one, or it can take 1,000. I don't know how many sales I'm gonna have. So why would I willingly lose myself?
Right.
Assailants are like cockroaches.
no
If you
sense.
see one, there's probably 100 more in the wall you can't see.
Thank you for your time.
I'm Brandon Howard. I'm running for City Council to Hopewell.
Well, I live in Pennsylvania.
I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
Sage Wanderer on YouTube. Check out my channel.
What is it?
Sage, like a sagebrush.
Uh-huh.
Sage Wanderer.
Okay.
Like a guy who wanders around the sagebrush.
But again, I'm Brandon Howard. I'm running for City Council, City of Hopewell, Virginia.
Hopewell,
I've
Virginia.
driven through
Right
there.
on.
I know.
It's 20 minutes south of here.
Oh, is it like what state route is near there?
295.
Okay.
Interstate 295.
That's where I see the signs. Okay.
Yeah.
I driven. Okay. Cool. Hope you do well.
Yeah, we're just 20 minutes south.
All right.
Thank y'all for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Man, I'm going to have to put myself down on these steps just for a minute. And I don't care that homeless people have been peeing here. I'm going to sit down here anyway in the homeless person's pee. No, I'm not. I'm just going to lean here. I have phobia.
I think I'm done.
How many I see with their face covered? I think the only patriot. Right.
Summer. I would like a perpetual summer very much.
Well, I've only done as well
I
as.
tried to work in Texas, but there wasn't enough people hiring mechanical engineers then.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't know. My face is frozen.
It hurts your face, huh?
You know when it hurts to smile, your face is frozen.
Yeah, I was hoping to see like some of the big.
Hi, how are you doing?
It's too cold, man. I think it's. I wonder if Northam contacted China for some weather modification to make it extra cold.
Well, he could have squashed the whole thing with rain, because rain and snow and ice would have kept me in Texas. But I had a straight shot south of that storm to get here. That's one reason I drove through the night too. I knew, because when I got before I got into the Richmond area. So if I had waited the next day, I might have been stuck until this morning being able to get here. And then I wouldn't have met my good buddy Denny, and I wouldn't have got a cool place to park. And it's the only thing that could have stopped me from being here. Right, anybody got some stuff to say to Sage? I'm watching now. I'm paying attention to you guys instead of what's going on around here. Yes, I am tired and sore. I'm dehydrated. That's why I don't need the porta potty. I'm gonna walk right past it because. Does any of you, do you folks know that at my house I have one of these? That's my plumbing at the house I live in. I have a porta potty.
Yeah, it's a Sage.
I have a porta potty and outdoor toilet, and I have a little gas heater that I fired up in the morning to keep me from freezing to death.
Can I say
Fort
hello?
Worth. Yeah, say hi to our folks.
Hi.
Hey, what's your name? Once again, great people down here. No one here was afraid. You know, they were fear-mongering, but nobody down here was afraid. I didn't see anybody that even acted slightly scared. It was a big, happy event. I kind of said this was going to happen. You know, I told you guys a few days ago that everybody was fretting about me coming out here, that I just had the feeling that this was going to be a genuinely peaceful and overall positive event. And it's way huger. It's way huger, more huge. Huge. It's huge. It was huge. It was huge. Huge. I'll sit down and let my feet unthaw first. This was an exercise in stamina, yeah, durability. One thing I can say about the leftist militias that I saw here is it kind of goes with what I've said in the past.
They were quiet.
Is if you get the left to start going to the gun range and shoot, then what you're going to end up with is a bunch of right-wingers. when we start hanging out together, they'll get our politics, I bet. Oh, that'd be nice. We'll see. My long hair and my cowboy hat days. Well, I probably won't ever have long hair again, because when I started getting older, it wasn't as luxurious and full. I could still grow nice long hair, and I still can, but it just, well, it looks like everything else about me. It looks old. My hair looks old. Yeah, I feel like I got a bodyguard here, man. I'm very thankful for Vinny. Y'all make sure and show Vinny love on the channel, because he's a long-standing fan of the channel. Aw, are you talking about me? I'm beautiful? Thank you. I have a beautiful spirit. I'll buy you that.
This is the lovey-dovey part of the show.
Right, this is the lovey-dovey part of the show. Man, my right hand is what I've been using to hold this selfie stick for the last 3 hours and 20 minutes, and it is so frozen. My right hand is really, I may never play the piano again. That has nothing to do with the cold, though. I just may never play the piano again. I've set mine up, but I don't know, a lifetime of playing music, I'm a little burned out. I'm quite burned out. I have no idea, Julie, how many people were here. I think it looked to me like 50,000. It's the biggest crowd I've ever been involved in, and I've been to Farm Aid at Texas Stadium back in the day. And it was bigger than Farm Aid. There were more people here than any concert I've ever been to. Vinny's right here. He's got my 6. He's watching. He's standing over me while I rest.
I'm trying to stay warm in the sun.
Oh man. Woo-wee. Oh my goodness. So tired. So MJ's saying there was 250,000 people here. I don't know. That sounds like an exaggeration. But then again, I wouldn't know what 250,000 people look like.
I've been Washington, D.C. when they've had large crowds. I don't think this was 250,000.
I played for 10,000 people at the Oregon Capitol on the 4th of July, and that was a tiny crowd compared to this crowd. There was at least as many people as that just in front of where I was standing, and I was almost on the front row here. So, you know, I would say that this was a huge turnout, probably bigger than most estimates.
If I had to guess, based on what I've seen, I would say high-end 25.
So Vinny thinks 25. I think it might have doubled that, because I don't think he made it around to the rest. Because, I mean, these crowds are going to go on for miles in every direction. Yeah. I drove in a little later than you and saw all of the perimeter postings, too.
Okay.
The people weren't set up. There were people that set up 2 miles from here, because I looked at my GPS.
Oh, really? Okay.
And they were set up on street corners with their flags and their guns and their lawn chairs 2 miles from here. Yeah, 2 miles up Broad Street from here, they were set up this morning.
When I got here, it was dark.
Right. You did good. You got here and blazed the trail for me. I was going to take Uber, but, you know, Vinny found me a parking spot, and then he sent me some kind of magic GPS link, and I clicked on it, and the arrow guided me right to my parking place. It was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, I had a guardian angel in the form of Vinny this trip for sure. He definitely helped me out.
Glory goes to God.
Amen. Where did I meet Vinny? Well, he and I, like me and many of you, have been interacting on this channel for some time, and I recognized his screen name. It's kind of like when I made Steven the moderator. I recognized him from the past. So I didn't meet Vinny till last night at the IHOP. We had breakfast for dinner. And but that's when I met him in person. But I knew, see, my big concern was that I would get contacted by somebody that was an infiltrator, or maybe I didn't want to be led around by the nose by my government handlers, you know, because I know I have them and people think I'm crazy. But when you're the cousin of a general in the Marine Corps,
it happens.
And then you have 30,000 followers on YouTube, you know, they tend to watch you. And so I didn't want to hook up with my internet stalkers, you know. So I would say I got lucky, but we all know that Sage Wonder is blessed and highly favored of God. And so everything in my life has been one great big blessing. And even the bad stuff has, you know, when I look at it in retrospect, led me to a greater future. So it might have been just an unhappy road I had to go through to get to where I was eventually headed. You know, the twisting, winding road that led me straight to you.
Look at that unicycle or whatever that is.
Yeah, this guy's got this electric unicycle thing. One wheel, they call it. I think they call it one wheel, the wheel. He's hauling butt too, though. Cops are going to get on him because he's really going fast. Wait, somebody said something? Do you think it was a way to use information? How many people were going to show? I'm not sure I understand the question. Hey, Vinny, you got a YouTube channel?
Actually, I do. It's 2A Rack, but I just started it yesterday, so I don't.
So he's got a brand new YouTube channel, 2A Rocks?
It's 2A and then RAC, but I just started it.
2A and then RAC is Vinny's channel. He just started.
Within the next
So,
few weeks.
yeah, help him get to 1,000. He can monetize because he's a truck driver. He's one of the guys out there every day busting it to bring you the goods that you need to make your life move smoothly. So he's one of the working folks. So it would be great to see him elevated.
People say, what do I do for a
deserves it.
living? I say, I save people's lives every day by not running them over when they get in front of me, or when they make sudden stops, when they brake check me and act like I can stop on a dime. I make sure I don't kill the motoring public.
I won't say I've never brake checked somebody, but I will say I've never brake checked an 18-wheeler because I know the math, and then the math is not working in your favor.
It's ugly.
Yeah, it looks like 2A RAC is correct.
Yeah. I haven't posted any videos. I literally
Captain
created
Ned
a couple
says,
of
thanks from an ex-trucker. I bet you're going to get a bunch of new subscribers from this. So maybe we'll get you to 1,000 subscribers and you can get monetized.
Cool.
His channel was 2A RAC or 2A Rack, and that's Vinny.
And what that means is Second Amendment rights for American citizens.
Right, Second Amendment rights for American citizens. Cool. So, yeah, somebody asked if there was any street vending down here, and I think that unfortunately most of your street vendors were probably afraid to come down here, but that was their loss. Anybody that closed up shop because of this, you lost a lot of money because I would have bought food from you, I would have bought coffee from you, and because you had your doors closed, you didn't get my money, and so you lost money, so that's on you. But it looks like that Sub Central across the street's open, but there are people all in front of it, like maybe you can't even get in. I don't know if they're backed up or what. I'm thinking the best bet is to drive the heck out of here and settle down into a booth somewhere off the main area and regroup. They said they're going to subscribe just because you had my 6, and they appreciate that.
Roger that. I'm developing content as we speak.
There you go. Well, you probably got some content today.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Probably got some stuff to post up today.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I'm so cold. Thank you. I'm used to it. The vape. Yeah.
Like every time I try to go one way, it'll blow the other.
No problem.
You're welcome, Jeff. I appreciate you guys watching my channel. Who knew that a bunch of guys would care, a bunch of people would care what I had to say. You know, I couldn't get my own family to listen to me half the time. I'm hoping this little rattle in my chest is just from the cold.
I can't breathe, and then they crack the window, and then they tell you.
I would hate to have to drive back hill. Y'all pray for me.
Used to not
keep praying for me. You're probably worn out your knees praying for Old Sage Wanderer this week. So I definitely appreciate your prayers, your support. The live stream produced quite a bit today in revenue for me, so that's going to help me pay for lunch and my trip back. I think I will get home sitting even after all of this, and even with the loss of work, I think I made enough, hopefully, to pay me back for my lost work and my travel expenses and everything. We'll see. I'll do a tally sheet when I get home and see where I finished. But once I got the basic, you know, I got $1,000 check. I'll just tell you the truth. I got $1,000 check right at the beginning of it for this purpose, to come here. And I knew it was enough. I just knew that it wasn't going to be enough to cover my expenses and my lost work. And so since then, other viewers through my channel someone's asking about Radar. Radar got escaped. That's one glitch. Radar escaped the homestead, but my sister said he wouldn't let her get a hold of him. And because he's very athletic. You're not catching that dog if you don't want to be caught. But she just opened up his pen and said, you need to go to bed. And he went on to bed. So she texted me to let me know that she had him back set up on the porch and back into his doghouse because last night he had to sleep in the cold because he got loose. He has an infrared heater light, for chickens, a brood light in his doghouse that keeps him warm at night. So Stephen, and people are asking you if you would to post a direct link to a RIC. You know what? I bet you could probably do that on the channel yourself, Vinny, if you want to put a direct link up in the chat on my channel. But I don't know. That may not let you. It may take Stephen to do it.
People, I don't have any content yet, but I will try to do that.
They want to subscribe to you for future content and just to thank you for helping me out. I have the most loyal, most loving, most caring, most generous YouTube audience in history. I mean, you folks bought me my house. It's just a shotgun shack, but it sure beats a van down by the river, which is where I was living before. And so you guys are the best of the best. I can't say a bad thing about the people on this channel. I think it's the cream of the crop. I think it's the best that any guy like me could ever hope for. So only mods can post links, have Amber saying, so it'll be up to Steven to post a link up for you. Okay. Love you back, Kim. I love all my viewers. Okay, I'm really tired of this. They're gonna have to pry this selfie stick out of my cold, dead fingers. I mean, they said Samson, when he killed all those Philistines with the jawbone of an axe, that his hand froze to the jawbone, and it had to be pried out of his hand. And I'm feeling like this selfie stick's gonna have to be pried out of my frozen fingers. But I'm about out of words, and I'm ready for some coffee and some food. So I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna keep this live as I walk, just in case Antifa jumps out and mugs me, which isn't gonna happen. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep you guys live, and we're gonna start heading back. Oh, this is my feed. Cool, awesome. Well, let's pick up and go to the next spot. I need to readjust my gear. If you want to hold the camera for me, you can.
I got it.
Take pictures of other people. You can show me pulling my pants up on television.
Some people relaxing right here.
I think what's happened is all the clothes underneath my pants are the ones that's collapsing. I've got like 4 layers of long johns on. There, that's going to get me back to the car.
All right.
Rock on.
So was that part
I think about this environment. Can you imagine like this type of rally in Los Angeles or in Trenton, New Jersey?
Well, I think, hats off to the local cops here, because as far as I can tell, they were nothing but helpful. I didn't see any weirdness with the local state police here, the Richmond police, the state police, the Capitol police. Everybody I encountered were on their best behavior and treating us with great respect. And so we returned the respect. We're not like Antifa. We're not going to, start chanting that all cops are B words. We're more polite than that. And even if they were, we wouldn't say it, right? So we treated them with respect. They treated us with respect. I mean, from here on out, the whole thing just looks like a great big giant success from my perspective. Now, we'll say this, the Charlottesville thing went south after it ended. It was at the end of things where the Charlottesville thing went ugly. So that's one of the reasons I'm keeping the live stream going, is because in my experience in Portland, that if Antifa was going to start some stuff, they'd start it now while we were trying to get back to our cars.
I've not really seen any grouping of any Antifa type people.
Well, those people that we were talking to that gave us the deal, they're Antifa.
Which one?
The libertarian gun group.
Okay.
The guys that kind of look like patriots, but they were all dressed in black.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
Thanks for the coffee. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. So yeah, they're here, but they were here marching in support with us. They weren't here trying to be combative in any way. So I really, other than there was one guy that was upset with the crowd, and he was trying to go through the crowd, and he started shoving me. And you might have heard me turn to him and say, "You better be nice." It's probably a good place where, there's no reason to be ugly about it. And a bunch of people nodded. Yeah, Subway went home today. They gave up their profit margins. See, if this was Portland, these buildings would all be being vandalized right now as the protest breaks up. If this were a leftist protest, they'd be knocking the windows out like they do in Portland. Seen it firsthand myself, been there. Rights away. Libertarians are all about your rights. I wish I could have brought Radar with me. He's just, bless his heart, he's a numbskull. I just, I'm not going to ever be able to take him into groups like this until he's older, I think.
They're old. I said earlier, they were cool. But it's up to you. We don't
Hey, you think they got coffee in there?
I think so, yeah.
Dude, let me give you some money.
I'll get it.
All right, thank you. Just black. Just black. What's that? Huh? Yeah, dark and strong, and I want my spoon to stand up in it when I start. Sir. It's kind of utilitarian looking, but it's beautiful in its starkness. Kind of, I don't know, be like something you see in RoboCop, which was mostly filmed in Dallas. The lives there. Man, I really am on my last leg. Coming out here without any breakfast or coffee or nothing. I'm live streaming. For there. Yep, 2020. He's our only hope. Luke Skywalker. He's our only hope. Sage, like the herb, sage, with an A, like you're wandering around in the sagebrush. Sage Wanderer on YouTube. We were up to about some areas that are set up around there's people set up on screen going, uh-oh, it started. Now it's saying only been on your hour and 9 minutes. I'm at. I'm really pretty close to my car at point. So I'm thinking I may hang up here in a little bit anyway. Try to hang in there with you guys as long as we can.
All right, well, you have a good one, man.
All right, you have a good one.
I'm going to try to find my car now.
Okay.
So, I didn't get the warmer, the protect.
I'm gonna need, it would be okay with my glove hand. Let me switch hands.
Yeah.
Now I'm gold.
How many people don't know where that parking lot is?
That's a Costa Rica flavor or something.
Each wanderer here in Coffee Talk. Here's the Coffee Talk for this morning. The topic for Coffee Talk is because we're civilized human beings and we know how to get along with each other. Right. That's right. We got to stand up for our rights. Amen to that. Oh man, that's heaven. I'm not a big fan of like exotic flavored coffees, but it doesn't matter. It's coffee. It's really good.
Costa Rica seems to be kind of popular over on the East Coast. That flavor.
It's kind of almost like hazelnut or something.
Yeah.
Got an overtone to it. Oh. All right, guys. I've been having so much fun, but I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm gonna finish anymore. I would like to get to my car. So, all right, guys. Thanks again for making this such an enormous success, live stream rather. And
that's a good sign.
The whole thing was a total make me safer. I agree. Say hi to you. Hi to YouTube. Like the hat. There you go.
Sage Wanderer is this channel. Sage Gail Trotter.
Gail Trotter. Awesome. Sage Wanderer. Wanderer. Like the Chevy that won't start. Wanderer.
Gail Trotter.
Yeah, guns make women safer. Like I've been saying, guns live stream later today as a kind of post game discussion about what went down. I want to go and check out some of the reporting. Yeah, definitely. We got some 1776ers coming down the street.
Those are like colonial style?
Yeah, definitely. 3-point.
Right. Cool.
Sweet on. Minutemen.
That's right.
So here's to you, my wonderful viewers who made all of this possible, and God save our republic.
Amen.